taco, the death taco, the death taco, the death taco,
Welcome to the Death Taco Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, and today I'm joined by Alex and Luke Goff from the Lucas Shirley Show. How's it going, boys?
Amazing.
Pretty good.
Fantastical. And today we've gathered here to talk about the 2019 psychological horror film directed by Veronica Franz and Severina Fiala, The Lodge. So, neither one of you guys had seen this, correct?
No.
Yep. No. Haven't seen it.
Nah, I haven't seen it either.
And you had known what it was about.
No.
Besides, like, the little caption, that's about it.
Yeah, whatever the description said. I similarly went into this blind like 6 months ago, I think, the first time I saw it. And, generally, I don't care for these kind of movies.
Really?
I don't know about you guys. Like, are these this style of horror, is it your cup of tea?
Like the psychological aspect?
Yeah.
I fuck with it.
I mean, I don't remember the last psychological movie I watched.
If it's done well, yeah, like I fuck with it. You know what I mean? It can be fucked up because it's like one of those things that you gotta do it. And sometimes if it's like a psychological horror, it has a shitty premise. You know what I mean? And that can always screw it up. But I don't know. I like this one though.
I was gonna say, like, I don't remember the last one I saw, but after seeing this one, I'm like, I kind of like it because at the end it makes you kind of think.
Yeah, it's definitely got like a bigger message overall.
Yeah.
I have a nickname for these kind of horror films. Like, I'd compare this to like the Hereditary style. For me, I call these like Lifetime horror movies because not only is it a horror film, there's this like added weight of emotion and story, like this very heavy feeling of uncomfortableness that the movie puts on you. And but the reason that I don't care for them generally is because for these ones you got to really pay attention. You got to look for hidden meanings. You got to look for stuff in the camera shots that aren't necessarily put on the forefront. So like that's the value of like running these movies back, as you're like catching shit you didn't catch before. Mm-hmm. And like I said, for me personally, that's a chore. Like something I was thinking about is like, what's your guys' ideal horror films? Like, what would you say your like favorite kind of horror film is? Like, is it this slow burning, suspenseful, creepy undertone stuff, or what kind of stuff do you guys like?
You know what? I'm kind of just open to whatever, as long as it's not like slow paced where it's like nothing's going on. At this point, there's literally just dialogue nonstop, and as long as it's not that, and as long as it's not just constant, just jump scares, just to.
So a nice little spot in the middle.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle where it's good dialogue. Maybe a few scares here and there, but it's like it's fun. Like you're having a good time watching it.
Okay.
Right. I like these, but I like these as in like I like a slow burn, but it better. Like you said, I like the Lifetime horror films. You say that because it's like it adds that extra emotion. I like that, but it can't be too much to where it's like bullshit. Like it's just added in for no reason. Like in Hereditary when the girl gets her fucking head chomped off, and then fucking you see the dude sitting up in the his room. Like I like stuff like that. Like it really like hits in like real life shit. So I like these slow burning films. Are probably my ideal. Not particularly this one, even though I like this one, but I'd say like my ideal horror film would be something like Hereditary.
Okay. Now, see, me personally, I think I was thinking about this for a while. My ideal horror film would be a thriller. I like fast pace. I like you to hit me with plot points quick. The scares, to come frequent. Not necessarily jump scares, but just necessarily just that heart pounding, like as much as you can, like an anticipation of what's happening. Whereas this is definitely more of something mellow. Your heart rate's pretty slow the whole time. You're kind of taking it in, and it's a build-up, a slow, gradual progression. And, just for me, like I said, it's the chore. Like, this movie's only an hour and 14 minutes long, guys. I've got so many fucking notes because I had to stop and go, okay, this happened because that means this. Oh, and this scene there was here because of that. So, I mean, I've got a lot of shit to say about this movie.
And I was gonna actually bring that up too, because when you finally decide a movie, I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch it tonight. So I started watching it, got like maybe like 20 minutes into it, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. So I went to sleep. And then so I watched it again, and then after I got to the same part, I realized I didn't notice something. So I'm like, all right, I think I'm gonna take my phone out and start writing some notes in case I find things that might mean something later on. And I did that for the whole movie, but honestly, I didn't stop that much.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got a couple of notes, but I didn't think I didn't get as much notes as I thought I was gonna get.
Well, you have to stop, bro, because there's just so much. Like, as I'm looking down, I'm typing this shit. I got my laptop, and I'm typing, and I'm typing, and I'm looking down, and I'm like, oh, I probably fucking missed something else. Go
Right.
back. 1 minute. Oh,
Nothing.
back again.
Yeah, if I had a bone to pick with this, it would be there. I felt like there was some unnecessary stuff added in. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it wasn't unnecessary, and maybe we'll get into that later in the movie when we talk about it. But, like, there was some stuff added in that I was like, I feel like it really, there's no reason to put it in there. It just kind of added the, I don't know, like the hidden meaning behind it
gotcha.
all, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely curious what you're talking about. Like, I mean, we'll get into it, obviously, but off the top of my head, like, I have trouble thinking of that.
Well,
I did
it
too,
kind
kind
of
of
steers
a
you.
little
Oh, I think my thing went out. Is it back? Oh, here
Yeah,
we
you're
go.
good.
Okay. No, my I was like, wait a minute, what? It cut me off. No, I think it kind of was trying to direct you into another direction. You know what I mean? It was trying
Yeah,
to
I
steer
can see
you
that.
into another direction.
That was something that was cool, bro. Like,
Right. I did like that part. Yeah.
they present it as one thing,
But
and
it's
by
all
the end of it, it's a whole nother fucking
Right.
Like, see, that part-
beast, bro.
Yeah, because you think it's something else. You're like, oh, it's this, and then at the end, you're like, oh shit.
See, now that's when I go with you, or I'm like, I like that, but I feel like they overdid it a little bit.
See, I like it, but I still think there was there was subtle things. I'm talking more. That was cool, but I'm talking about more. There's subtle things that we'll talk about when we get into it.
Gotcha.
That was just like, I don't know, it's unnecessary.
Look, because when the movie starts, right? Like, I'm not gonna get into it yet, but at the beginning of it, like we were saying, it definitely leads you in this one narrative. Like, you're like in your head, you're like, okay, it's gonna be this type of movie. I know what it's gonna be. And then when they do the flip, it's kind of like, oh my god.
Oh, that's where we're going.
Like, for me, that's the kind of shit that gets my blood pumping, bro. Like, I was excited. I was like, oh, this is fucking dope.
Gotcha.
But so the director of this movie, Veronica Franz and Severina Fiala, not known people. I don't feel in public, opinion. I don't personally know their names, but I did watch one of their movies one time. It's a foreign film called Goodnight Mommy. You guys familiar with that?
No,
I haven't seen it.
Watch the trailer. You have to watch the movie. It's a fucked up trailer. That's the one movie I've seen from these people. It was a solid movie. I definitely could tell that these are the same people that made it. There anything else we need to cover before we go ahead and get into this bad boy? I feel like we summed everything up pretty good. We should probably say what the movie's about. That might be helpful.
Go for it.
So I've learned that I like doing this thing now where I just have my guests summarize the movie for me. So give it a go, guys. Whoever wants to go first. What's this movie about without spoiling it?
Without spoiling it.
God, it's kind of hard because there's so many spoils.
Yeah, it's kind of like, how
It's
do you
like,
explain
so. I guess.
Like, if we fuck it up, I'll cut it out. You're fine.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
okay.
So basically, there's family. Their parents are getting divorced. There's a boy and a girl. Mom and dad are getting divorced. The dad says, "Hey, I'm getting married to some other chick, right?" And she's all fucking like, you could tell she's pissed off.
There's a tragedy.
Yeah, there's a tragedy. How about that? Yeah, there we go. There's a tragedy that happens, and
And then the whole, kind of the aspect of, watch out who you're bringing to the family aspect comes into it.
Mm-hmm.
Where you don't really know, the hidden, dark secrets of someone. And then basically it comes back to haunt them. And it kind of just fucks everything over. I guess that's kind of the easiest way to summarize it without spoiling anything.
right.
Yeah. Admiral job, boys. Admiral job.
We're getting there.
Admiral John.
All right, so like I said, this movie's about a family dealing with a very personal tragedy and also kind of going on a vacation. It's a very uncomfortable circumstance, and we kind of see how that dynamic plays out as they're all forced into this isolated environment. I was just thinking in my head earlier last night. I was thinking, you know what, like a good comparison for this movie is? It's like you ever seen that old? It's an old movie with the Olsen twins. You guys know who the Olsen twins are, right?
Yeah.
Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen.
Yeah, of course.
Holy
What?
shit!
You never seen Full House?
I'm more of a I need to see them than recognize them.
They're the most famous like little blonde twins
yeah.
of all time.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Two little white girls.
I'm more of a
blonde.
like. You tell me a name, I'm like, who the fuck is that? You show me a picture, I'm like, oh, okay, I know who that is. That's the type of person I am.
Did you watch Full House?
I've only seen like snippets of it.
The baby,
The baby.
the little girl.
Yeah, that's the Olsen twins
Just
switch
come to
off
mind.
and played her.
Yeah.
That's
Like, you
wild.
show me, I'll maybe be like, okay, I know who you're talking about.
I know
But
they
right
had a
now, I'm
movie-
like,
they had a
It
wait,
blows
movie
my
together?
mind, bro. But then again, you're about his age though, right? There's no excuse for this.
22, you?
We're like the same
Okay,
age. I'm
so
21.
I mean, but then again,
They're like the original white chicks. They're
I mean, like, but did you grow up watching like movies and stuff like that?
huh?
Did you grow up watching like movies, shows, stuff like that all the time?
No, I didn't really watch it too much, but I knew who they were.
He means
So,
in
like,
general, like
like
did
in
you watch a
general.
lot of shit?
Oh yeah, I watch a lot of
See,
shit.
I'm the
yeah.
opposite. I didn't watch like a lot of things.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of like his
why.
shtick, bro. He's not the movie guy, like at
I'm not
all.
the movie guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's why we have him in here.
Yeah,
I like it.
because it's like me. I didn't grow up doing all that. I don't know if it's because I just never was interested or because like growing up my family and all that stuff, we were just did different things. That's why I'm like movie knowledge wise, I'm like I don't really know much.
Right.
Like, I just know what I've seen and what I've heard.
Mhm.
Other than that, it's like I know nothing.
Right.
So that's
That might be your new like fucking tagline.
All my friends.
Alex, he knows nothing.
I know nothing.
I know nothing.
So tell me.
But I know something.
That's how all my friends are, though. I like it's rare to find someone like this guy who's like me, who like watches movies like
Who knows
like
his knowledge.
crazy. Yeah, who knows his knowledge and like knows it. Because I got friends that watch movies, but they don't like. They're not like us, where they dig deep into it. You know what I mean?
get
So, yeah.
So yeah, we got two contraries.
Which is a good fit for this. But no, so I was saying the Olsen twins, they have this old movie called It Takes Two. You remember that one? It's
Are
literally
they teenagers or
they're
at
little
this
kids.
point?
It's like when they're foster kids or some shit.
I don't think I've seen it.
But no, the whole concept of that is like we hate our fucking step parents. So people out there who like are really big into movies, this is like a rated R version of It Takes Two. But anyways, so I feel like we just summed everything up pretty well. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the review of this movie. Spoilers are coming, so if you haven't seen this, stop here, go check out The Lodge, and then return. With that being said, let's fuck up this movie.
Where do we start?
So it starts with this like shot inside of a miniature replica of some place.
the dollhouse, right?
It's a dollhouse. Like did you guys tell like right away like, oh, this is like a figurine or some shit?
No, I thought it was the actual lodge.
The first couple like opening shots, I'm like, all right, it didn't look like it. But then once it started zooming out just a little bit, where it kind of like you can kind of tell like it's like made out of plastic, then I'm like, okay, this is the dollhouse.
Right.
But, like,
And,
at first, yeah.
And then it like kind of goes to. Does it show the people in the living room, the little dolls in the living room at this part? I can't remember.
In the beginning, it doesn't. It just shows like the shots
The layout.
The layout of like the lodge.
Okay. And after that, it's a close up of the Virgin picture frame hanging at the crib and a handgun.
Yeah.
And so after this, we see a woman, a middle-aged woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of walking around the house looking for her kids. She's doing fucking her makeup in the mirror, getting all dolled up. And she breaks down and starts crying as she's doing her makeup to let us know that there's something, not right beneath the surface.
Yeah.
And after this, she's driving her two kids. They're through dialogue. We're kind of figuring out, like, oh, this is some type of, like, visitation, custody thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like exchanging. I don't know what they call that.
I think it's like just dropping off your kids, like, because going towards a little bit more advanced, where they bring up the whole like divorce thing, since we already brought it up. Let's not spoil. It's more. I guess it's more like dropping off the kids because then I think it's the little girl. She's like, is she gonna be there?
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like they both look pissed off.
And she's like, she's retarded.
Yeah.
So that like implicates that the
It's like, whoa, this
parents are not together and they have like the dad's got a new woman.
Yeah. Which I guess at that point, the first time I watched it, it didn't hit me. But the second time I was watching it, like that first intro, it was like, it hit me where it's like I could see where the reason why what happens leading up to that was because like of what happened where she really wanted to be with that guy and the dude just didn't want to be with her anymore.
Well, yeah, because they're showing it by the fact that this woman's like really focused on her looks.
Yeah.
Like her goal of going to this mediation is to impress the dad, I
Kind of
guess.
like win him back a little bit.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, that's
you-
what I got.
Did you notice that was Batgirl? The mom was Batgirl from Batman.
Alicia Silverstone from Clueless, my guy.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I was like Batgirl from fucking the Mr. Freeze Batman.
Yeah. She was Batgirl and Batman and Robin with fucking George Clooney, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize her whatsoever. I had to I think I read about
She
it
looks
like after the
different
fact.
now. Yeah, I did. I IMDb'd it. I was like, who is that? I was
But
like,
then
oh
again,
my
like,
god.
How long ago was that movie? It was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, dude, that was from like early
Yeah.
2000s, late 90s.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
looked good. Oh yeah, I remember Clueless too.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, now she looks. It's weird, man. She looks so different.
She looks like a mom, bro.
Yeah, she looks average.
Very attractive though. Very
Yeah,
attractive
still
mother.
Attractive.
So, but anyway, so like you said, when the daughter asks the mom in the car ride, she's like, "Is she gonna be there?" Did you hear the part where she whispers under her breath? The daughter does. She goes, "She's such a retard."
Yeah, that's what he
Is that what you said?
Yeah,
I didn't.
yeah,
I didn't
she's
catch it, bro.
retarded.
I had
Yeah.
to turn on the subtitles because I was like, "What the fuck did she say?"
No, I heard it clearly. I was like, damn, that's 2019.
was it just me like at that point or like kind of like what you mentioned earlier where was it just me but there's certain things like they would say like throughout the whole movie which kind of like you just kind of started busting laughing because like that happened to me a couple times.
A little bit. I don't know. I think they play. First off, I like both of the kids as actors. Like they did a really good job
Yeah.
portraying like shit that little kids say, you know, and especially
Yeah.
when they're getting older like that. So they're saying like, oh, shit, fucking retard.
Yeah,
and
like
shit,
some
you
of
know.
some of the stuff that I caught them saying was kind of pretty funny.
Yeah.
So also we should touch on the kid actors. So the older one is the boy. The brother, his name's Aiden. He's played by the same kid from It, right?
Yeah.
The leader gave the stutter.
That was the only one I recognized because I've seen it, so I'm like that was the only like okay I know where he's at. Everyone else I'm like I don't know who you
The
are.
daughter, she's not familiar to me.
Me neither.
And the dad and the
The-
stepmom is she was in some other shit. I can't think of it. Oh, she was in Mad Max. She was the
Was
chick
she?
with the redhead with the goggles.
Oh, really?
Oh shit, she was in Devil All Time or Devil All Time. You know what I'm talking about?
I've never seen that.
Never seen it.
It's you gotta watch that.
What's it called?
Really good. Devil All the Time. I think.
Devil all the time.
An
With
actor or a
what's the
horror?
new Spider-Man? What's his name?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Oh, are you talking about the one that was on Netflix? Mm-hmm. I might
Yeah.
have seen that actually. Who was she in that?
She was the hooker.
Ooh.
She was the hooker, which is great in this movie.
Ooh.
Yeah, she was the
Look,
hook.
said
She
that.
was the with the curly headed guy from Lawless, and then
Oh, okay.
yeah,
okay.
he's like pimping her out or whatever.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, I IMDb'd this like while I watched it, so I was like, oh shit, that's who that is.
All right, but getting back into this. So after this car ride, she pulls up to the dad's house, and his house looked really fucking weird. I just want to point that out. Did you guys, did it look regular to you, or is it just weird to me? It looked all futuristic.
It was one of those houses that like you can tell like some architect like made it.
It looks like a fucking office building, bro.
But honestly, when I saw it, it reminded me of not my neighbor's house, but like a house in my neighborhood.
You live on Central, bro. What kind of fucking house?
No. You'd be surprised because there is one. It's not near like too close to my house, but it is in our neighborhood. There is one house that sticks out because it's literally like how that house was laid out. It was literally that, but instead of having the like little balconies, it's literally like, just one like giant glass.
See, it looks like some white dude's vacation house, but it's his regular house.
Yeah,
We
like
have
it-
that one house that sticks out like that.
Yeah, it's like that asshole. Because the dad's kind of, I don't know. The dad plays. He reminds me of a doucher.
I think he's work focused.
Yeah,
He's
for
one
sure.
of those workaholic dads.
He's very disconnected.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to say it. Very disconnected.
But so as they pull up, the mom actually she sees old girl in the house, like her silhouette, right?
Yeah.
Because the filmmakers, they go out of their way never to show the dad's girlfriend at this point at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like we see her upstairs, and then we see her sneak out through like the backyard gate, like from the outside. Like we see the back of her head, and so the mom goes inside. She talks to the dad, and she's given news at this point that the dad wants a divorce. Not the information she was hoping for at this point, right?
No, he mentioned he wanted to finalize it. right?
He wants to finalize the divorce because they were already in the process, but maybe they were hoping to work shit out or something.
I think that's what it goes back to what I was saying earlier, where I didn't realize that at first that it seemed, and basically watching it again, it made me realize that it was true, that she was trying to kind of win him over and kind of not do the divorce anymore and kind of work it back together.
So she had held out hope that it would work out.
Yeah.
Right.
Which then, like I said, going more a little forward, it made me realize why she did what she did.
Yeah, because as soon as he tells her, she pretty much just smiles and she dips immediately. Doesn't have any more conversation. She's out that bitch.
Yeah.
And then she goes home, and this was really, what's the way to describe it? They set this up. It was it's another twist.
Mm-hmm.
Because she looks completely fine. She's straightening up the house. She pours herself a glass of wine. She's straightening up frames and shit. Sitting on a dining room table, just kind of chilling. She grabs her purse. She's kind of muffling with some shit. And then she pulls out her handgun and fucking dome pieces herself. Random as hell.
Dude, this part was so gnarly. This is so cool.
And there's no music for a build up. There's no music after the fact. It's
It just came out of left field. It was
all you hear was just the news station going in the background.
Yeah, it's like the Weather Channel or some shit.
I think it's they were trying to go for just no one knows type of feel.
Yeah.
No,
it was pretty shocking.
Yeah.
They want it realistic. As in real life, there's no music, there's no dramatic build up. It's just it happens.
It just happens.
I think that's what they were going for. And I mean, honestly, it really worked because it was just literally out of nowhere.
Yeah, the crazy thing about that is I had to go back because I was like, I gotta watch that again because not because it was not because it was cool, but because I blinked and then it happened and I was like, did it just happen that quick?
Okay.
Like you said, there's no build up. It was just
it's just a sudden.
Yeah, she's shaking it off. Okay, well I'll find a new man. Nope. Boom.
She's like, I can't live here no more.
Oh, it was great.
But I did before she did shoot herself. I noticed that she took off her necklace and she put it on the table, and going to the next scene, which is the funeral. You see Aiden wearing it, and that's something that throughout the whole movie he wears the necklace around.
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
I didn't notice that either.
You didn't notice that either?
Nah, but
That's why I was like, I watching it the second time, after that part, I was like, I need to pay attention to small things like that because she did take it off, and throughout the whole movie he's wearing it.
And also in the scene where she shoots herself, there's a cross in the background to show that the family's Catholic, I believe, right? Is that what that would imply?
I think
Christian or Catholic? It's almost the same shit.
I can't really.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell which one it was, but I think I'm leaning more towards Christian. But yeah, one of the two.
So there's a cross in the background, and religion is definitely
Heavy
a big
implied.
part at the beginning of this movie. Actually, no, the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing is heavy implied.
And like you were saying, so the next shot is the family kind of at the funeral. Everybody's pretty fucked up about it, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And the daughter in particular is going the most ham, right?
Yeah.
And they end up doing this balloon service, like a balloon ceremony. They're all standing in this courtyard, and they all have black balloons. It was a cool visual, by the way. Them all holding black balloons. Everybody's wearing black. So everybody lets the balloons go except for the daughter. She decides she has this doll that's kind of like a replica of the mom, right?
Yeah, we didn't mention earlier that she has a doll that literally dresses just like the mom. She literally
looks exactly like her. Yeah.
So the daughter ties the doll to this balloon. I think in her head she's like, you know what? I'm gonna send this doll's gonna go up to heaven with my mom or whatever, right? But the doll's too fucking heavy, bro. And it pulls when she lets it go. Everybody else's balloon goes to the sky. But the daughter's balloon fucking falls to the ground.
And then everyone looks at it. And honestly, like I said, the first time I watched it, I didn't catch that. But the second time I watched it, I was like, okay.
And you guys understand the meaning, right?
Yeah,
because after that, she picks it up real quick and she's real flustered. And she starts getting upset and lets it go.
Yeah.
The next scene is her crying, talking to her dad. And she's yelling out, Mom can't go to heaven. So I think the balloon was a metaphor for the fact that, in Christian or Catholic religion... You you kill yourself, bro. That's a one-way ticket downstairs.
Right.
Yeah.
You go to hell.
Because that was literally my first note on that. I was like I said, I didn't catch it, and I was like, okay, I see that they're trying to imply that, and that's why the next scene she starts crying
she can't go to heaven. Blah blah blah.
And at that point, I was thinking dude, what do you tell your kid at that point?
Bro, that's fucking crazy, storytelling, dog. That's gnarly as fuck.
Yeah,
that really hits home. It's Because like you said, how do you tell your kid? Because he's just like, she's just, how do you, and the acting in that was just like out for the kid. I was like, that's just like, and the dad just sitting there like, oh fuck.
Because it's like if your family like is heavily into religion, and you already know that happens, at that point, how do you comfort your kid?
And he tries to go like, oh no, you don't know, we don't know where you go. Actually, it's like, well,
Like,
Well, he was a doctor or something, right?
no,
he was an author,
He was a
like a therapist,
book
psychologist.
No.
He had to have some type of like therapy thing.
I don't know, because wasn't he like in working in a newspaper article or something like that?
I mean, I think he was a writer, but I mean, I think for him to talk to a girl, maybe, I don't know.
I think it's more just like father instincts of trying to comfort your kids.
No, but I mean, I'm saying he had a very practical mentality.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean now.
So he was kind of like very reality based. Like, we don't know where people actually go. Like, it was very science forward.
yeah, he wasn't trying to try to put religion in it, but like at that point, how are you? Because she's
Yeah.
right. If you're gonna put religion into it, she's right. You're going to hell.
Yeah,
right?
so that's why I was like, what do you tell your kid at that point?
Yeah.
Who knows, man? Let's hope none
Never
of us are in that
happened. Oh,
situation,
God.
bro.
Dude, honestly, thinking about that movie too, the whole scenario, I'm like, dude, I really hope I never have to go through this. I hope my marriage is once and that's it.
Yeah,
no
no kidding.
divorce, no nothing like that.
Well, and plus, like the guilt that he might have or probably has of like her killing herself, like right after he said, "Hey, I'm with this other chick," so. And then your daughter's just screaming, crying, like, dude.
I feel like the dad, I feel like he honestly didn't care.
But at the same time, though, man, how much of that was his fault?
I mean,
Like, let's put it as like blatant as we can.
well,
like
here's-
on the mom, that's a you problem. Like,
okay, that part,
You're
like,
right,
real
though.
shit.
No, you are right. You are right.
that part, I mean, her emotions got to her and she ended up doing that. Like, but going towards the ending of the movie, which I won't get to until we get to that point, I kind of connected something to it, but I don't know if it was just me or like an actual thing that was like represented in it. That goes towards the whole like, was it his fault or not?
okay, I didn't get that because by the end, bro, I'm pretty like much like visually. I've like checked out of all the metaphors. I was just stuck on what was happening by the end.
At first, I kind of weirdly felt like maybe he kept leading it on, and that's why she was kind of like. But I don't know. I think we kind of know that he was like kind of like, "Hey, I'm done.
I'm done."
You know what I mean? But at the same time, at first, I was that the reason why I thought that I was like maybe he's like leading it on, like, oh, we might get back together or something like that, and that's why she's. But really, it's kind of just her like hoping for it, right?
Yeah, because I mean, like, if you're in a marriage and it's not working out, you shouldn't be together.
Right.
Yeah,
Like, you shouldn't have to be. I mean, some people make it work, but at the same time, should you be handcuffed to a person because the possibility that they're going to take themselves out?
that's
Right.
that's-
And plus she already knew. Like he already had a girl lined up. He's already with someone else. So she knew like he's done. We just need the paperwork done.
I don't know, man, like that's.
And now
that's a
she's
very-
done.
That's a very sticky situation, to be honest. Thinking about like thinking your significant other is like suicidal, and it's like, if you leave, do you leave with that guilt in case if she does it? Like it's your fault. Like
I don't
how
know.
do you leave that if things are working out?
You'd probably feel like shit, but at the same time, like you said, it's kind of a you problem because it's like you kind of already were like, look, we're divorced.
Like, it sounds cold, bro, but I mean, how healthy of a marriage could they have had if, like, she had that capability in her to begin with?
Right.
Like, she might have fucking smoked him, bro, at some point. So,
I don't know.
it's a sticky situation, which is why we call this lifetime horror. It's very dramatic. A lot of
And
fucking
very
emotional
realistic.
shit.
Very realistic.
'Cause
Yeah.
I'm sure this happens. Like,
Oh, it's very grounded in realism.
yeah.
But so, after the funeral, we're at the dad's house. The kids have moved in. Daughter was freaking out. Dad couldn't console her, so the brother comes in and he like holds her hand, and that's supposed to show that their bond is pretty strong, I'm supposing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then it says 6 months later, we get a title card. And again, we're focused on this dollhouse, and it's focused in on the living room of the lodge, we come to find out. And all the figurines are like on their knees, like hands in a prayer around a picture of the Virgin. That's what that portrait is, right? The Virgin?
It's
Think so. I thought
it's
so.
not, at least not in the images that I've seen. I feel like it just kind of like
Was it like an angel or something, or
I don't know, dude. That was really virgin like.
or a
well,
family
no, I'm not saying like
member,
it's
or-
like it's nothing close to it. I'm just saying like the actual like virgin like it's not. But I don't know if they use that like because maybe it's a different like.
Which would symbolize Catholicism, because Christians don't believe in saints and shit. So
So it's like because we're like no idols, nothing like that. So it's
Yeah.
like I don't know if they were trying to like it's a whole different like type of like angel or something like that, or if it's like this is we just can't use it, so we have to use something similar to it because it was kind of like a darker looking like
Virgin Mary, right?
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, so and also the camera goes from to the table that's inside this little dollhouse. It's got a turkey on it, which implies we're around Thanksgiving, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And so now we have this Thanksgiving dinner between the dad and the two kids, and he's got like turkeys hanging from the fucking ceiling, which I thought was questionable.
I was like, at first I was like, are these real turkeys or like are they just like kind of like plastic turkeys?
If it's real turkeys, man, that's unsanitary.
That's kind of
That's
weird.
disgusting. That's gonna be a bad smell in that house.
Imagine going to Thanksgiving dinner and just seeing like some dude or hanging up turkeys like that.
Raw turkeys?
Yeah,
Or were they cooked?
they were cooked because they were like they were
Whoa.
brown.
Were
and
they
everything.
turkeys or were they like plastic?
That's what I was like.
I don't think because like later in the movie he puts the like plastic turkey on his head from the when they watch the old video.
Yeah,
So
that's
it might be
Oh, so it's
plastic.
decoration.
I think
So
it's just
that's what I was
decoration,
like,
which
that's-
is still really weird
It's-
decoration.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Imagine going to like a Thanksgiving dinner and you just see some dude like just digging up turkeys like around the house,
Around the table.
or around even around the table, or even around the house.
Like,
But
what the
still,
fuck you doing, bro?
Like, this is a little excessive right now.
It's definitely like Luke's kind of people's thing.
Yeah, it's I wanted to say it's definitely on the lighter side. If you know what I mean? They definitely ain't making no greens and grits, dude. They're definitely making some Wonder Bread sandwiches in that household. Not my family though. My family is not that white.
We are not. We're not like that.
We're white trash. We're a different breed. Okay.
There's beer cans all over the back.
Yeah, there's beer cans. We actually, and then my southern family make that fried turkey, bro. We're not making that bullshit. Because I do got a side of the family that makes some pretty tasteless
Some bland.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, some very bland. The other side, they're a bunch of fat people, so it's like, it's good. It's good. And they're southern, so makes sense.
All right, but so at this dinner, we learned that I think the dad had invited the girlfriend, but the kids are having none of that shit. At this point, they're as anti-girlfriend as you can possibly get. Because the dad propositions to him, he's like, hey, kids, wouldn't it be fun if we all went on this, like, vacation to this lodge up in the mountains? And Grace came along. That's his girlfriend's name, Grace.
Uh-huh.
And the kids are all like, you know what, Dad? Fuck that noise. No.
Because I think at that point it's implied it's like a tradition for them. 'Cause-
Yeah, it was like something they had done with their mom or some shit.
Yeah. And at that point they're like, we don't want anything to do with this.
Because also we find out the dad has to work on Christmas. So the son even says, he's like, so you're going to leave us alone with her.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
And I think that amplifies it a little more. That he's like, yeah, I don't want to be alone with this chick because I don't like her. And the dad kind of leaves unresolved because the son's last words are like, fuck you, Dad.
Yeah.
Another white thing, right?
Yeah,
Saying fuck you to your
you.
dad.
I hate
my mom would have cut my leg off if I said that
Oh,
to her.
yeah. I would have got the belt.
Be like, I wish I was never born.
Fuck you, Dad.
And also, I guess Grace shows up for this dinner, but the dad like walks up to the door, and we see through like a silhouette that he tells her like it's not a good time.
Yeah, because after that, it was like, you probably should go home.
So this is another example of them showing us Grace, but not necessarily showing us her face, which is kind of I thought there was going to be something wrong with her, like
they
if she was going to have
dragged it
some type of
on.
deformity.
They dragged it on even to where when we do see her, like they still dragged on not seeing what she looks like. Right.
I don't
Yeah.
know, like, after seeing how she looks, like in the next scene or so, it's like, I don't understand the reason why they were trying to like hide her.
I think it's because of what we're about to talk about is the video they found
Oh, okay.
of her like as a kid. You know what I
that's
mean? So I think maybe that's why it has something to do with it.
I think maybe it's because they wanted to try to build up Grace, not necessarily as a person. Like, if you don't put a face on her, say, like, she's literally the new girlfriend that fucked up the kids' lives. They wanted to represent her as a force rather than an actual person at the beginning, right?
Gotcha.
That would be my like assumption. Like I don't know for sure, obviously, what they were doing, but that's how I took it. Is they didn't want to humanize her at this point yet. They want us just to think of like what she represents as like the new woman that's fucking up this marriage.
Right.
I can see that now. Okay, that would make more sense now.
All right, and you're still trying to put a face to it. Like, what is this bitch look like?
Like
is
it
she
doesn't matter
better
at this
looking?
point.
Is
It's like this is what she represents.
right.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
And so after the dinner, the dad's like, all right, I got to go do something. Probably to go bang Grace, hopefully. And so while he's gone, the kids sneak into his office and they start watching some files he has. And it's like, it turns out that his new girlfriend was the last surviving member of a cult where everybody committed suicide. There was like 39 of them or some shit. And they managed to pull up files of like some pastor giving a sermon. He's doing one of those like apocalyptic fucking, you will all soon be with blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And in the next video they pull up, it's of somebody holding like a video camera walking down some stairs. It's very creepy. There's people laying down with blankets over their head. And as they pull them back, you see, I'm guessing these people are dead. It's dead bodies.
Yeah, because on the article it said like 39 suicides.
And they all have tape over their mouth with the word sin written on it. So this person looks at a couple different people, and then they walk into a restroom, and the reveal is that it's, well, we don't know this at the time, but it's the dad's girlfriend holding the video camera, and she's got tape over her mouth, and it says sin. Because they haven't said yet that this is what Grace looks like, right?
Right.
No, but I think in the article was implied that, I don't remember. I think it was implied that that was her dad.
Yeah, it says
what I
that.
thought.
It says
It was her dad.
the daughter is the last survivor.
Yeah.
So her dad was the preacher.
Little girl also kind of looked like Grace. Like, not to mention that.
it was her.
It was her, but like the actress versus
Oh,
the little
I
girl
see
who
what you mean.
played young Grace, right? I was like looking at her hair color, her eyes. I was like, I know
No,
it
he
a
was
quick
saying is I
glance.
don't think it was an actress. It might have been the same actress.
You think so?
Yeah, they might have just
I-
made her look younger.
Look younger, maybe.
I don't know about that.
I don't know because
I
it
don't know. I
looked,
can't remember.
to me it looked really like I was like,
But
damn,
I will
that
say
looks
that
a lot like
there
her.
was I think it was the little girl. I think it was Mia and the mom. I feel like they actually really did look like each other.
Yeah.
I was like, so they actually got people that kind of like actually like look like each other in a sense.
Trying to say we all look alike.
Yeah,
Us
too.
whites.
We're all the same.
Bro, they were all in pilgrim outfits, bro. Everybody looks the
Yeah,
same in fucking pilgrim
Dude, no
outfits.
kidding. Dude, I could not imagine walking in on that ritual. Like, hey, you guys were, oh, howdy, neighbor.
You walk in the door, bro, and they just throw you a fucking robe. Get your robes on, brother Luke.
We're like, hey, I'm going to get the fuck on out of here. I'm not that white.
Man,
I might come and just join, be like, so what are we, like, be the casual guy? Like, all
I'm just here
right.
for the food. That's it. I'm just here for
Oh,
the
I don't know if you want any of their food, bro. I don't know if you want any of their food.
I'm just here for the food after service. That's
Oh, the after service.
it. Yeah.
Brother Luke.
So the kids see this fucking video, so that's kind of giving us more of Grace's character, at least the kids' perception of what her character is. So they view her as a psycho, pretty much, from this one thing.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know if they knew this before though. Was it more of just a hate thing, or they kind of already knew? Like,
I think that they didn't like her to begin with because of the whole, messing up the parents' marriage in their minds.
Yeah.
But I think they might have already knew that she was like part of this dude's work because the dad wrote a book about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I still have no idea what the fuck the dad did.
I think he was, like I said, I think he's in maybe a news article because that one file that they brought up it looked like a news article. So, because that's why I was like, I wonder if they knew before. Because how do you go on to like your dad's like work laptop or whatever and already know what to look up and already know like who she is and what she did?
Right.
Like,
Well, they got a good sense of what she's like because they know, because like obviously they're like she's retarded, so like they know what she's like, so they probably already get a good sense of her. Like
I like how he took the whole retard into like actual consideration. Like she is retarded.
she is retarded.
They know she's kind of slow.
She's
Okay?
a little slower, and she probably got convinced to be in a cult at one point in time.
No, but yeah.
But so after they discover this, the dad comes back, and through a later conversation, we learn we're 100% going to the fucking mountains together. Tough shit.
Well, I mean, I guess that's basically what he was saying, but he was more implying that, like, all right, guys, come on, give me a chance at least. Like, do it for me at least. That's how I saw it.
Yeah, but
I thought it was a douche move.
I thought it was. I mean, but listen, when you have kids, you have to do shit sometimes. There's stuff, you got to make your kids do that they don't want to do. That isn't in a weird, pervy way. Sometimes they just got to do what they don't want to do. But no.
You want me to call on right now?
I got social services.
No, but sometimes your kid. I don't want to go to this thing. Like you guys have been drugged to like family shit you don't want to go to sometimes, or stuff like that. Like sometimes you just got to do what the fuck your parents tell you to do.
Yeah, but in this certain situation, I don't know. It's like because I'm not a dad, but like in this situation of like the whole like considering of what happened, the whole mom thing, and then like their mom just killed herself. Like I guess it was 6 months later, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'd kind of probably be like, come on, let's just like new mommy.
I mean, think of it in terms of like this. Like, yeah, this movie, obviously it's a horror movie. It goes fucking bad. Yeah. But think of all the other movies, right, where it's like romantic comedies or some shit where the kids don't like the step parent and they get forced into a situation where they're together and it works out fine. It works out for the better. Right. You put people together, sometimes,
That's probably what he thought was
That's what he's thinking is going to happen. Like, all right, they're going to spend time together. It'll be a little awkward at first, but they'll grow to, be used to each other.
I gotcha. Makes sense. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's what was in his head when he does this.
Yeah, he definitely always has good intentions. He seems to always kind of
portraying.
He's not reading the room.
Yeah, he makes the wrong move. You know what I mean? He makes but it's not always his fault. Like it's kind of out of his control. It's just like I don't know. Maybe he just likes crazy bitches. I guess.
He's like, I know what's going on, but I like it.
Nah, dude. So, all right. So, after this, the kids agree to go on this trip. And, so after this, the kids are, like, kind of on their knees, like, moving shit around in the dollhouse. This is all in preparation to go to this lodge. Yeah. And they're whispering to each other, like, moving shit around. And when they're packing up, there's an Easter egg. Did you guys catch it?
Yes. It was the dollhouses, they're all laying down.
Well, yes, there's that part, but I'm talking about when they're actually like packing shit into their bags.
I don't catch this.
They show Aiden throw the harness into his fucking bag.
I did not catch that.
Yeah, he's throwing clothes, harness, and then candles on top. But yeah, I saw him throw the harness in there, and I was like, oh, foreshadowing.
I was gonna say, I don't know if it meant anything, but I mean, I couldn't hear it because I watched through TV and with the soundbar and everything, and I still couldn't really figure out what they were saying. But throughout the whole movie, like there was sometimes just kind of random whispering around. Like,
yeah,
did you catch that?
Yeah, I watched it with subtitles because of that one part I didn't hear. So I was like, okay, maybe there's more shit that'll be more easier for me to catch. And whenever the whispering would happen, it would say inaudible whispering. Yeah. So it's kind of just like.
And that's what it said for me too. But I couldn't really like understand or hear because I couldn't tell if it was just literally just like that and like just noise or with like actually saying like something that kind of like maybe like foreshadowed a little bit, but I couldn't tell.
What's that fucking YouTube shit where people like talking to the mic? Is it ASMR?
Yeah.
It was just the director fucking ASMR, bro.
Just for those that are into that.
For the love of God, please go watch my movie. Pay a lot of money. Go see it again.
Weak.
Yeah, that's what I imagine it was. So they go to this trip, and don't they all get in a car ride. On the car ride there, they go to pick up Grace. We see Grace for the first time, right? Dad gets out of the car. She gets in.
Was it just me at that point? Was it kind of weird that he calls her and he hears her phone literally right next to her? And he's like, "Oh, she's here!" Like you didn't even realize that.
I think what that was, it wasn't Grace's phone. I think he called the daughter's phone.
No, he called Grace because on the phone it said Grace.
Yeah, I did say Grace.
Did it?
Yeah. And then he hears it outside of the car. He's like, it was kind of like foggy or whatever, snowy. I don't know.
I felt like I was like, it's kind of weird. Like, how do you... I mean, I know it's a movie, so it's not realistic and all.
Because
but it's like, how do you miss that?
He turns around and he looks at the kids and like smiles while he's calling her, right?
Yeah, and she's literally like literally outside. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just like a nitpick that I had. And I was like, what the fuck?
So we see Grace, and she has a dog. And was there anything more in that part? I don't think so.
No, it was just more of like the dad gets a call from the newspaper people or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, I gotta take this," and she's just kind of like trying to like talk to them. She's like, "Oh, hey you guys," you know.
It was very tense when they saw each other.
Yeah. I definitely, if I was the boy at that point, I'd be like, oh, fuck, this bitch has a dog, like, in the car for fucking 6 hours.
I thought you were a dog person.
I am, but not a little dog person.
Hey, what's wrong with that, man?
I mean, I like little dogs, but not like that dog. Well, not my. If it's someone else's dog and we're in a car for 6 hours, like, I know my dog's gonna be cool, but I don't know about your dog, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know about her dog.
Trying to put you on blast right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Retracting the statement like a motherfucker.
No, I like dogs. I like dogs.
Take it back. I'll take it back.
I can't make my white people mad about not liking dogs.
Trying to keep that fucking white people.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep
Trying
them
to make
calm.
them- trying to
I don't
make
want
them-
them
trying to make them
storming any capital here soon. You know, I don't want to upset any of my
Chris,
family.
If you ever make it big, people are gonna look back to this video and this is what they're gonna pull up and be like, cancel Chris.
And he has guys that don't like dogs on.
Okay, we gotta cancel this channel.
No, so the car ride after this, it's a long montage of them just driving, obviously. And the kids are giving Grace the side eye like a motherfucker. Kind of like just staring at her, bro. Just like giving her evil ass looks. And so when they get there, it's already snowing. There's already snow all over the ground. It looks like it snowed 6 inches plus.
Are they in Colorado? No.
I never gathered where they were at.
I thought they were in Kansas because they kept showing like a flat ground.
I think-
Then they show mountains.
I don't know why, but I don't know why, but I was thinking like Canada.
You think so?
I don't know why, but I was getting like Canada vibes. Like,
I've never been to Canada, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, I've never been to Canada, but I don't know if in like how I mentioned earlier in the beginning where like there was like the forecast was going on in the background. I don't know if they mentioned like being like in some type of like Canada state or something like that city. I don't know. That's why I was like, I don't know.
Canada state or city, huh? Can't think of any Canadian countries or states. Not countries. Winnipeg, Ontario, all that shit.
Toronto.
Toronto, Drake.
I don't think so.
That's a lot. No.
6.
Drake. You guys are fools, bro.
I don't know. That's what I was thinking.
So something I thought that was unbelievable though is they pull up to the fucking house and the road's already plowed, the driveway's already plowed.
Oh no, that's real. That's real. Like, if you go to like Minnesota or Wisconsin, like it snows a fuck ton there, but they're on top of it. Here, no, because it doesn't
so
snow
in
that
them
much
actual
here.
places they really take care
No,
of
they
shit.
really do. I swear to God, because I went to Minnesota to go see my brother, and it was like it's crazy. Like they're on top of it, and it was like a foot of snow. Like in it was a blizzard that night. They're on top of it like during the blizzard. So yeah, they're used to it. So
Okay, we live in Kansas where they neglect the fuck out of us.
yes,
You're like,
yes,
we gotta wait a couple of days just to clean this road.
yeah. That's not safe.
People that don't know how to drive shouldn't be driving, by the way.
No kidding, man.
And so this is the point where we learn that the kids' dollhouse is an exact replica of the lodge they're going to be staying at. I mean, I assumed that's what the fucking dollhouse was the lodge. I mean, you guys did too, I'm assuming. Mm-hmm. But this is the first time we get like hardcore, oh, okay, this dollhouse is like room for room, the exact same as this lodge.
Yeah.
So Grace goes upstairs, and one of the doors upstairs opens by itself. Like, it's real dark and ominous. Ironically, it looks a lot like my crib, with the fucking wood paneling and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if yours just was like a darker wood color.
And Grace is putting away luggage. She has presents for the kids and a monster fucking bag of pills. So, you know, she's going through some shit.
And that's what I was like, you noticed that when I don't remember the dude's name anymore. When the husband walks in and she like hides the pills right away from him, I noticed that and I was like, I wonder what the hell's like what she's taking.
I wonder
Yeah.
too. It's probably some type of like suppressants and shit, stuff to keep her like mood down.
Yeah, something maybe like. Well, I guess we'll talk about it later.
Like a bunch of downers, because you'd assume one, she has PTSD.
Right.
And she probably has like hallucinations and shit from all the stuff she saw, I would assume.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. So, and also while she's putting the pills away, she finds there's a picture of the whole family, pretty much, right? The mom and the dad. So she puts that motherfucker in a drawer, which I don't blame her, man. You don't want to look at your new man and his ex.
And then weirdly enough, like, we'll go into the next scene. Is he pulls out like her dad's or his ex-wife's dad's like a traditional revolver. I don't know what it said about the family, but he does that, and then he's like, "Oh, let's go outside," like to have fun. I guess to kind of like get her mind off of that picture. And like, dude's like showing her how to shoot a gun, and she just takes the gun, and just knows how to shoot it.
Yeah, she was a pro.
I was like, "Where's this going?"
All right. So before that, that's when she notices they all have to sit down for dinner at the lodge, and they notice that the virgin picture, or the picture of a woman, a hooded woman. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Like I said, I'm fairly confident this represents the Virgin Mary, because I think what do you guys think it represents?
Before the plot twist of like what was going on, I kind of had a feeling that it was going to be used like kind of like not to represent the mom, but like because at this point, like thinking like where's the horror aspect in this? I was thinking more of like a haunted log, and the mom was like trying to like fuck with them.
Yeah, because like the door opens by itself when
Yeah.
Grace is going upstairs, so that's kind of what I think it leads you to think is like,
Right.
oh,
Yeah,
But then the cult aspect of it on her end, that's when I was like,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
it represents her. That's what I was kind of thinking. Like maybe the Virgin Mary represented something about her.
Uh-huh.
I mean, she ain't no virgin, but I don't know what I don't know the correlation, but I was like, I don't know, maybe it represents something else or
I mean, those two plots that we just spoiled that isn't what happens, but I don't know. That's I was like, because at the end I didn't really see the significance of it, but I guess it's kind of just more to like represent more of like, yeah, this is like a religious family, because I think in that other scene also she saw the cross on the wall and she thought it was, and she's like, oh yeah, that's my ex-wife's, and she just kept staring at it.
right.
So it was like it kind of just implying like religious family, like so many symbolisms going around.
I think this is the whole point of misdirecting us, and I think it was the whole point of basically throwing in religion into it where it needed to be, like with the cult and stuff. You know what I mean?
I think that, like I said, why I'm fairly confident that was the Virgin Mary, the Virgin Mother, is that the portrait represents the mother, the mom, their mom. So for Grace, it means something. I think that's what it means to the kids. Because remember, the kids, they position their little dolls all around it, like praying to it.
Oh yeah, I remember in one of the like little cuts where it shows the log.
So I think for them, that's what it represents. But I think it represents something entirely different to Grace. I think for Grace, it reminds her of like the whole culty fucking aspect and shit.
childhood.
Okay, so in one part
Kicking
was-
up all those old. So that's kind of like cool how they did that. Like it means different things to different characters within the movie.
And just what you saying that made me realize, well, like maybe to the kids, it's like something that takes keeps them close to their mother, whilst to Grace, it's something that she wants to get away from because
Get away,
of
yeah.
her father. So she wants to get away of that.
Exactly. Which is a crazy fucking contrast. And like I said, they're all doing this. They're not telling us. Like I've told Luke before, that's the good part of the story. They tell us none of this, bro. This is all of us just kind of getting what the directors are implying,
Yeah.
which is fucking next level storytelling. Like that's crazy as hell. Like my favorite one though still is the imagery with the daughter with the balloon at the funeral service. That was like
That was pretty cool.
that was some fucking
was.
next level, like a hell of a way to show one of the darkest fucking like symbolisms you can fucking get.
Right.
Like, oh no, your mother's in hell. That's why this happened. But no, anyways, so now they're eating dinner. The picture of the fucking virgins right behind the table as they're eating, and Grace is fixated on it like crazy. For reasons like we just said, it's probably reminds her of the cult stuff. And as she's looking at it, she gets a nosebleed out of nowhere. And it's not really any significance. It's just she got a fucking nosebleed from the dry air or some shit, I would assume. And later, like you said, she sees the big-ass cross in their bedroom, and Grace in the dad's bedroom. he asks if he wants her to take it down. She says, "Nah, it's cool. I can deal." So she was trying to, work with him. And then they start to bang. And it's really thin walls because the kids are in the next room and they can hear them like giggling and shit.
Yeah, she keeps
And
giggling.
if you can hear them giggling, you can probably hear other stuff too.
And at that point, I thought, I'm like, I wonder if they know if they're like super thin walls, and it's like at that point, you have like, would you do that knowing your kids can hear you?
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm getting mine up no matter what. I don't care who's listening.
Listen, bro, you go on that far of a trip, you're on vacation, you're with your partner, you're going to want to do some
you're gonna
stuff.
get-
No, I mean, I get that aspect. I get that one. I'm just referring
I
to
don't
like
know.
the
She had that.
knowing your kids know that they're like you're doing that. Like
I would assume that they thought they were being quiet.
I think this also, to me, as a guy, it really shows how much of a crazy bitch Grace is, because her giggle, you know what I mean? She's giggling like she's one of those chicks, like, ha, ha, ha. I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. My kids are in the next room. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's what I got. That's what I was like, dude,
That's
this is
aggressive,
totally
bro.
killing.
I'm like,
That's aggressive,
It's
man.
aggressive.
I think we're exploring some sides of you that no one knows about.
No one else knows about. No, I just feel like she was like, she just kept giggling and giggling.
Luke's
and,
like, don't giggle, just go make me a sandwich.
Yeah, just
do
go
it
make me a
quietly.
Be
sandwich.
very quiet. No noise. I'm the only one making noise.
I don't know, but she was just doing it so loud. I was like, "What the dude?" There's like you said, there's kids in the next room, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. But so the next shot after this, while this is all happening, is the
make me
dog
a sandwich.
downstairs. The dog is downstairs, and it's kind of something gets its attention, and it looks to the staircase. And the way the staircase is it like cuts a corner as it's going up.
Yeah.
And when the dog looks up, you see like it looks like a person like peek around the corner or some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, this like is kind of leading us to the theory that this is a haunting movie. It's going to be about the mom haunting them.
I saw that, but I'm pretty sure it was Grace. So I was like, okay. And at first I was like, okay, maybe it's like this is where the haunting starts. But then I saw it, and I'm like, I think it was just Grace just walking around.
I don't know how you'd come to that conclusion that early.
Because she was wearing a gray sweater, and I'm pretty sure in like you don't see the whole body of the person. You see like before they like go back upstairs, but you see that person wear like a gray sweater. So I assumed it was her just walking around like in the lobby.
Well, the theory makes sense for reasons what we find out later, and also the dog doesn't react to it, so maybe it was because it knew who it was.
Yeah.
But at this point, the casual viewer, who isn't looking for that stuff, like me, I don't know what you thought. I just, like I said, from the way it's leading up, I'm thinking, oh, okay, this is about the mom haunting the family.
And that's how I
That's what I thought. But wait, who sees it again?
The
dog.
The dog. Oh, okay, the dog.
Here's
yeah.
the wood.
Yeah.
and then it starts
Okay.
barking
Yeah,
at
I
her.
remember. Yeah. So that's what it's implying. But like, I think it ultimately it was probably Grace, right? Because of
Because I'm pretty sure the dog like saw like how I don't know that video we saw a couple days ago or a week or whatever where we were like if the dog sees something starts barking like what do you do? Like the dog, I'm pretty sure if it wasn't Grace, he'd probably start barking like
Right,
nonstop.
right.
But then like the moment he saw her, he just kind of stopped barking at her. So that's why I also implied that it was Grace. To me.
right.
And so after this is when the scene of the family like skating. And the one thing I took away from this was the fact that this dude shoveled a path like a fucking quarter of a mile long out to that fucking skating rink he made.
Yeah.
That was all I thought about. Like, how long and how sore would you be from fucking shoveling that long? I know, man, because you see my driveway.
I was
Yeah.
I was about to literally just read it, like when I came here and I was like, so you didn't like shovel your driveway? What if I got stuck going up?
You're goddamn right. I didn't shovel my driveway.
You got it right.
How do you feel about that statement after you saw that statement? Or made that statement?
Bro, after I saw how far he shoveled, that's all I thought about
least
was
he
like
gave effort.
PTSD. Fine, I'll shovel a walking path down the hill, bro.
Yeah, when I'm leaving, you better be right behind me shoveling that goddamn driveway. That's funny. Well, you got a truck. You're fine.
But it's not 4x4 though.
Oh.
But to the point where I'm like I was telling him earlier, it might not be 4x4, but I still have fun with it.
No.
I slide around, so that's the part
That's
where I
what
have
she
fun.
said. First,
But no.
I would not be skating on no fucking lake, man.
Yeah, we find out they're
Fuck
on top
that.
of a lake.
Fuck that.
And so Grace comes outside. She's kind of she's excited. She's skating. She's evidently not comfortable skating, so maybe she's never been in this wintry environment. And the dad instructs the kids like, "Hey, go give Grace a hand." And they both skate up to her, right? And all these kids do is go, "That hat. You're
Right.
wearing our mom's hat."
Because before she went out, she picked a hat off the like the hanger thing. Just, I don't know. I guess it was just a random hat that she pulled out. So she like
Right. And it turns out, oh, that's our mom's hat. What the fuck are you doing with our mom's hat? So they snatch her hat and they both just dip out.
Yeah.
Which I thought that made them kind of look like assholes.
At that point, yeah.
So the dad comes up, gives her his hat. And that's just the awkward exchange that these kids have with, the girlfriend.
I'd probably do the same thing though. They may look like assholes, but I think I'd probably do that if it was my mom. I don't know, in that situation. You don't think?
I think.
I don't know, dude.
Maybe.
You think you'd be
It'd be
kind of
hard.
cool? It would be a little. I'd probably be like, "Hey, you want to take that off?" I don't know. You think so?
I don't know, dude. They're younger. Like, you think even now you'd feel that way?
No, okay, not now. No, I'm a reasonable person. I'm older, so I'd be like, "Hey, that's my mom's hat."
It's
Like,
hard
I'd
to
probably
say because as a
something.
kid, I don't know how I'd react to any of these situations.
This was like,
sure.
I think it just depends on how much you like the new person.
That is true. Like if it's
if
cool,
you hate it, like no, that's my mom's like, give me that shit back. But if
Yeah.
it's like maybe someone you kind of like, it's been a while and you're kind of like open up to the person, like okay, I kind of like you, but like all right, you're not my mom, but like I kind of see you like a new.
I'd
mom.
probably be more vocal about it. Like I wouldn't be like just a little, you know what I mean? I'd be a little more vocal. I'd be like, "Hey, yeah, it's my mom's hat, dude. You know what I mean? You want to take that off?
Respect it,
I get it's cold. I get you freezing your tits off, but hey, come on now.
For future reference, don't touch my mom's shit.
Yeah.
But no, and also in the next scene, we see the young girl. I can't remember her name. Is it Mia? Yeah, I think her name is Mia.
Hers is Mia.
So Mia's playing with her, little mom doll. And she's like throwing it, she's sliding it on the ice further and further away from everybody until she comes to a fucking fishing hole in the ice. Clear as day, she sees the goddamn fishing hole and she throws the doll into it and then goes, Pikachu face, Like,
Did she throw it in there? I thought she tripped.
no, she's like sliding it forward, like chasing it.
Oh yeah, because the little snowboard thing. Yeah, okay.
Right.
And she's about to crawl to get it, and Grace is like, no, I got it. So when Grace reaches for it, the ice gives. She falls in the fishing hole, still manages to grab the doll. And so that happens. And then she goes back inside. And what happens next, guys?
She falls in the hole, and then the dad rushes to get her because Mia's like screaming, "Dad, Dad!" Like she actually cares now.
Right.
Yeah.
Like so that's when like Dad, Mia, and Aiden all help to get her out.
Okay, and then I don't know where we're at. So they go back inside, and it's at this point that the dad's like talking like, maybe I shouldn't go on this trip because he's aware that this little thing isn't going so well thus far.
Yeah.
And Grace is kind of like, no, I got this. It'll be fine. So this is the part where the dad takes the gun out. So, like you said, he shows her how to use the gun, bro, and she's like fucking a Navy SEAL.
Yeah, she's like Clint Eastwood with that bitch.
Dude's like, here's how you do it. If you want to hold it one hand, two hands, she just snatches the gun, just starts shooting, and I'm like,
She just dumps on the tree and hits the same spot like every time.
and then I was like, at that moment, I'm like, I wonder if that's foreshadowing for the like ahead of the movie.
Yeah, because it kind of made her look like, okay, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah,
like
like, she knows what
she's
she's
had some training or she's
Yeah.
done something. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's indicating like in the cult they were like shooting some shit up or
Yeah.
I put here she's like Deadshot from the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So the next scene is the dad leaving the lodge. And they're all out there watching him pull away. But before he's even completely like out of the fucking driveway, Grace turns around and the kids are already back inside shutting the door. Just to like give an idea of what, the next couple days are going to be like.
Yeah.
Like they just don't want nothing to do with her for the most part.
Yeah.
And so Grace like tries to talk to the kids, but they're kind of like shut in their rooms. And she's like asking like, you guys want to decorate the house with me? And nothing.
Nothing.
And so Mia's kind of talking to Grace because they're like having a random conversation while she's playing with her dolls, and Mia talks about wanting a dog for Christmas, and Grace says she has her dog. Her dog's name is Grady, this little thing, and she said Grady is a present to herself because it symbolizes all the bad stuff that she's put behind her.
It's like a new life.
Yeah.
She mentioned that.
Yeah,
too.
new life.
So
yeah.
that's what the
New
dog
beginning,
represents to
yeah.
Grace, and that's foreshadowing for later, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And also, that was like the first time that I think Mia opened up to her a little bit, like kind of like talking to her.
Yeah, Mia seems like she's not as like on board as the little boy is like with hating her. Like the little boy is more like, no, fuck her.
Take it easy on little boy, dude. He's like
Or
14.
little boy, whatever. 14.
He's
yeah.
like 15 or something, dude.
Whatever. Younger man. Young
You know, 'cause
adult.
That's like because at that point she's kind of like opening up a little bit to kind of like building a little bit of a relationship, while the
The brother's
It's
just
like-
completely just not having any of her shit.
Right.
But so after they're having this conversation about the dogs, that's when Mia's like, all right, you want to see the present, I'm getting from my dad or some shit?
oh yeah.
And do you think she meant to offend?
I thought about that when she did that.
Was it intentional, kind of like the rubber nose and some shit, or was it innocent?
I think it was a mixture of both, to be honest.
Because what was her gift to her dad, guys?
It was a video collage of
Yeah.
all their, I think all
Like
their
home
trips,
videos.
like home videos of like their trips, like their Thanksgiving and stuff like that.
I don't know. Well, because I don't think. I want to say no. I don't think she meant to. I don't think she meant to piss her off. I think it was just her being like, hey, look at this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like, I think it was just kind of the bonding going wrong. Like, hey, I'm opening up to you, and then this happened.
because I was like, I think it's a mixture of both because I felt like she, in one part, she was kind of being like, this is what a family is supposed to be like. But in the other part, she was kind of like how I said, she was kind of opening up a little bit, where she's like, oh, you want to see what I got, Dad, and kind of like, oh, this is what I showed him, to kind of like open up a little more of that relationship. So I feel
Right.
like it's a mixture of both.
Think so? What do you think?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. Because like you guys said, she was talking to Grace kind of like as if she was maybe coming around to the idea of getting used to her. But then that tape it's a curveball. Because obviously, I don't know. She's young, dude. Maybe she didn't know that it
That's
would.
what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
She didn't think, like, once again, this is to show different point of views. Like, to Mia, this is important. This is special. This is like videos of her family as she remembers it. And to Grace, it's kind of like, well, fuck, you guys are still living back here, and I'm going forward, and nobody's coming with me.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a slap in the face from Grace's perspective. But to Mia, it means something different. So it's hard to tell, though, if she did it with bad intentions.
If you were in Grace's situation, what would you have done?
Like seeing the video.
Yeah, seeing the video.
Look, so check this out. I have a stepkid. So I'm put in these positions sometimes, Stepkid comes home and he's like, me and my dad did blah, and we all did this. And as the adult, you kind of have to go, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's fine. That sounds fun. You don't go like, stupid. Don't talk
Right.
about that. You can't just, you have to acknowledge that other person is in that person's life.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, like, just in general, I don't think it should bother you. It should be more of like a thing you cope with. Like, all right, I'm not your biological dad, but you are part of my family, or you're in my life now too. And it's more of like being adults.
Right.
I might not be your dad, but I still want to treat you like a dad, and just be the mature person about it, and like going on from there.
Right, like you have to understand that if this makes you happy and this thing this person did made you happy, cool.
Yeah, Grace definitely dropped the ball in my opinion. I think that was kind of her chance to be like, you know what? Hey, like I'm gonna be cool with this situation. Like, because like I was about to say, like, if I was in that situation, I feel like I just have to suck it up and be like, hey, that's awesome. Like, yeah, that's cool.
So it's like it's going back to like how we react. It's like
Yeah, she kind
Ew.
of seemed childish, like just walking away, like pissed off. To
Which-
me, it seemed
I guess
childish.
it plays on her personality.
Yeah, but to Grace's defense, man, she was like in a cult for most of her life.
Yeah,
She-
true.
she had
Okay,
a-
So
she had a
sure.
her,
fucked up,
her
family
emotional
life,
like sense of shit's a little fucked up, I'm assuming.
Right, 100%. 100%.
But no. So next we go to Grace is again attempting to speak to the Aiden. He's not having none of it. So now she's like eating a sandwich in the dining room, and she's fixated on that creepy fucking portrait.
Yeah, because then she keeps staring and she has like a pissed off face, but then
she gets up and she tries to
Yeah.
move seats. She sits behind it with the
Yeah.
back to it. And she could still feel it like staring at her, so she finally goes, you know what? I'm gonna just take the fucking thing down.
Oh yeah, because then she puts it on the side flipped over. Yeah.
And after this is the scene where she takes a shower. Boys.
This one's for the boys.
This one's for the boys.
Boys.
For the boys.
We want to take a moment to thank the directors and stuff.
I'd like to thank the directors, and I feel like Aiden should have handled this differently and been like, "Hey, Dad's not home. What's the deal?"
She's a baddie, bro.
She was
gorgeous
bad.
fucking woman.
Well, you see her naked in that one movie I was telling you, Devil All the Time. So I was like, "Yeah, I know she's gonna show her tits because she showed her tits in this movie.
She always does.
So I know she's down for it."
But no, so she's stepping out of the shower and she only ties the towel at the waist, thank God. And
Oh, close one. Close one.
it was 50-50 what she
For a
does.
second.
I know. Oh, please.
So she sees the word mom with the heart written around it and the steam in the shower, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when she wipes it, she sees Aiden in the mirror behind her, like standing at the doorway creeping. And so doesn't she go to their bedroom and he's like pretending to be asleep now?
Yeah.
Vet move. And she also sees the shrine that the kids got in their room. It's got like candles and pictures of their mom and shit.
Yeah.
And she just doesn't address anything. Okay, so now we're going to have to... We got to acknowledge that Mr. Alex had to go and do something with his car. He's no longer with us, obviously.
We killed him.
He's not dead, but he may as well be. All right, so we were talking about Aiden was perving out on Grace. Pretends to be asleep. She goes into the room. She sees their little like shrine they got to their mom.
You think he was perving out? Or you think he was just trying to be creepy?
Oh, dude, he was definitely
He was totally
perving out,
perving.
bro.
Yeah, if I was 14, I
That
wouldn't
was the
say I would
stepmom,
do that
bro?
now. Yeah, stepmom, total. Yeah. Like you said, total vet move. I'm just asleep.
But yeah, so after Grace sees the little shrine to the mom with like lit candles, she blows the candles out, and the shot again goes back to the dog downstairs, and he's hearing sounds again, and he stares at the staircase, implying that someone is there. And the next scene is kind of this weird fucking it's a scene of like someone banging on a piano, right? Remember that part? And it ends up being it's like Grace like banging on a piano.
Oh, is she dreaming at this
Yeah,
point?
she's dreaming because she's like
Yeah.
walking through the house at night in the dark, goes into the kid's bedroom, and she sees a kid lying on the bed with the shroud over them. Mm-hmm. Kind of like how in that video when she was at the
At the
suicide cult.
Yeah. With like sin over their mouth or whatever.
Yeah. And she wakes up the next day and she's on the bedroom floor. So this is kind of like implying, something's weird happening with Grace. Mm-hmm. But we don't know it yet. It just could have been a bad dream for all we know at this point.
Yeah, well, I feel like at this point we kind of get that she has some like PTSD from her past, right?
Yeah.
Because she's already mentioned like, okay, so I got this dog because my past sucked. Now I got a new life.
Mm-hmm. And also when she wakes up, all of her shit's in a suitcase, including Mia's doll, the mom replica thing. And so what she ends up doing is, because she hears Mia knocking on her door, like, hey, you see my doll? And rather than fess up to like, oh, my bad, I jacked your doll possibly in my sleep, she pretends that she puts it in the dog's bed, and she blames it on the dog. Which, I mean, okay, I kind of see, like, you're already on eggshells with these kids, so you don't want
Right.
you don't want to give them any more reason to not like you.
I think I missed this part because I thought she really didn't know that she sleptwalk.
But no, I don't think they've mentioned like sleepwalking yet at this point.
Right.
Like that we just assume it from this scene. So next, Grace offers Aiden a sandwich, and he says he'll make his own, which this is the last straw for Grace. She's like, you know what, motherfucker? We're going to talk about some shit. We're going to work it out. And you can tell she's kind of uncomfortable, like, giving him this, like, ultimatum. Being confrontational probably doesn't come naturally to her. And he's playing dumb, and she's calling him out, like, oh, so you don't want to talk to me, but you'll watch me take a shower? Haymaker.
Yeah. And he just like sitting there.
He just
chilling.
looks down like,
Yeah.
got me.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Fair enough. Yeah, bitch.
So the conversation ends like unresolved. And the next scene is them watching that John Carpenter's version of The Thing. Fire movie.
I noticed that. I was like, hell yeah, they're watching The Thing. I thought maybe that was like meaningful or something like that.
I don't think so. I think it was just like,
Yeah.
it's
They
a
threw it in
random
there.
horror movie.
Yeah.
And so Aiden brings Grace a hot chocolate. And it kind of seems like it could be a peace offering. Me personally, I'm not taking any drinks from these fucking kids, bro. He's definitely spit in that cup.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't see how
not.
she doesn't connect that dot.
I might take it from the
Daughter?
yeah, from the daughter, but I definitely wouldn't take it from the
Nah, dude, he definitely like dropped his nuts in the fucking cup.
Yeah.
He
That
did
kinda
something
hurt.
really bad to it.
Oh, I'm getting her back. Stirring it.
So Mia keeps like alluding to being cold while they're having this night. And that's when Aiden's like, oh, I'll bring the heater. And it's like a gas powered fucking heater, right?
Right. Yeah. And she's all like, oh, that fucking smells or whatever.
Yeah, Grace is like covering her face with her sweater. Like, she asked him, like, is that safe to have in here? Which I was asking that too when he turned it on. I was like, isn't that how people fucking die, bro, from carbon monoxide poisoning and shit?
Yeah, at first I was like, I feel like she's being a fucking bitch. But then I really thought about it. I was like, I don't think you're supposed to have gas heaters in the house. I think you're supposed to have something else. Well, I guess they do have like the gas powered fireplaces. Have you ever seen those?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's different because it's still.
Anything that makes that sound of like,
Yeah, it's probably
I'm like,
not
we
good.
probably shouldn't do this.
Right. Do you think? I wonder if the kid's dad does something like if he does that, or they're just trying to really get on her nerves. I feel like they were probably just trying to get on her nerves.
I think they were. Like, he tries to paint a narrative, right? That we
Right.
learn about later. So I think this was all done on purpose. Like, I think Mia was pretending to be cold, even though she wasn't really all that cold.
Right.
Like, she's kind of like, because she's really selling it. She mentions it a couple times, like, sure is chilly in here.
Right.
And so, like I said, I think that they were trying to build a story in Grace's head. They were trying to fucking Inception her ass. Like, put shit in her head that she didn't even really think of until later. And so, anyways, as they're watching The Thing, the picture of the Virgin falls off the wall. And they all kind of ignore it. They're like, all right, whatever. Picture fell down. It happens. It does happen.
Right.
And once that happens, Grace goes, can we watch a different movie? And they put on Jack Frost, which I don't know if there's any significance to that.
So at this point, because I'm still going back and forth to like, is the mom haunting them? Is the mom going to come back in the doll? Because that's kind of what I kind of thought. Like when I kind of caught your mom's going to hell or whatever. With the doll falling down, but the doll is like a replica of the mom. Then you have like the Virgin Mary and stuff. So I was like, okay, the mom's probably haunting them. So you watch the movie Jack Frost, like the dad's dead, right? And then he basically possesses the snowman.
Yeah.
So
you
that's
think,
what I was thinking.
You think that's like kind of, they were showing the misdirection they were trying to go for?
Yes, I think so. Which
I could see
might
that.
have been an unnecessary.
I didn't make that connection. You're right, because that's what that movie's about, is the dad dies and he comes back as the snowman.
Right. So I was like, okay, so is the mom, die and then come back as something else, or
She's trying to
come
make
back
some kind of
home? Yeah.
connection. That's
Yeah.
the implication that the movie's trying to give you.
Right. And even I wonder if by the end of this, if it does mean something else that we're not can't put our finger on.
It could be, dude. This movie
Right.
has so many goddamn layers.
Yeah, for 100%.
And so after this, right, Grace wakes up outside in the snow at night. She wipes the snow off the ground and she's on top of the lake. And she sees Laura's doll under the ice. And then the ice breaks. She falls into the water, and as she's under the ice, the pastor / her father is like pulling her under, right?
Right. But at this point, you're like, okay, it's a dream. Right?
From there, you're like, all right, now we know it's a dream. So she wakes up again, this time on the living room floor, and the kids are still asleep on the couch. And she checks her phone, and the batteries are dead, even though it's, plugged into the outlet. And she's cold as shit. And she goes to get some water, and the faucet won't turn on. So she wakes up Aiden, and she says the power's out, and she thinks the pipes are frozen. He should check the generator. And it's at this point that she notices all of her Christmas decorations are gone. And she thinks that the kids are playing a prank on her. But Mia points out all the fridge is gone. All the food is gone from the fridge. And so after this, Grace goes upstairs and she's like, yo, this shit's not funny. Everything better be back when I come downstairs. She goes up to her bedroom and all of her shit's missing. Her pills are gone. So at this point now, she finally flips out on the kids. And they're denying, messing with anything. And at this point, that's when the kids tell her, like, yo, why are you accusing us of shit when you're the one fucking walking around the house at night?
Right.
So this is where we learn that Grace is like sleepwalking or something.
Right.
And that leads credence to the theory that Alex said, like, oh, I think that was Grace that the dog was seen on the staircase.
Mm-hmm. I was very well on at first, I was very well on the kids' side during this whole thing. Like, even that, I was like, no, they weren't fucking with her. Like, I was like, they didn't take her pills. She's just crazy. You know what I mean? I really was just, like, driven to, like, you know what I mean? Because I still was being misdirected by something else, right?
Yeah, so, look, at this point, I don't know what it was, but for me, bro, I couldn't get on the kid's side.
Really?
Never at any point during this movie am I on the kid's side.
Really? You were a little more on Grace's end?
Yeah, because I'm coming from the perspective of Grace coming into this family. Like, what is she necessarily doing that's cause for provocation? What's she doing that's, pissing these kids off?
Right.
Nothing. She's literally doing everything she can to like make peace with these kids.
Right. Yeah, she's definitely been trying to be like nice to them and stuff. So yeah, I guess I get where you come from on that. For some reason, I always had this like, dude, she's crazy. She has to be crazy. You know what I mean?
Obviously, she was crazy, but
maybe it's because I grew up with a shitty stepdad, so maybe that's why I'm on this. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe that's actually why I'm on this side.
Like projecting your feelings about that.
Well, I didn't really think about it till you just said something.
So you're on like the kids' perspective of like this new person coming into their life.
Yeah, I know what that's like. So maybe that's why. I don't know. I just realized that
because like for me, I've never been in that situation, so I'm completely not at all. You can put yourself in the kids' shoes, whereas I've never been in that position, so I'm with Grace on this.
Right. Makes sense, yeah. I didn't notice that till now. I was like, what?
Actually, being, the stepdad, maybe that's why I put myself
That's
in
what I was
shoes.
thinking, because you are a stepdad, so I was like, maybe that's what, yeah. Maybe that's why.
That's crazy.
That's cool.
Right.
Two different perspectives.
So, Grace goes into the kids' room after they accuse her of sleepwalking, and she's like, well, where's your guys' shit? And all their stuff's gone too, including Laura's doll. And Grace also notices that her fucking dog is missing, so they go outside to look for her dog. They're calling out in the fucking snow. No luck. Now, okay, so after this part, what are your thoughts? What's your theory?
Like of the whole...
Like at this point in the movie, not going ahead at all, as you're watching it, you see this part. All their stuff is missing. All the food is gone. The power's off. Nobody knows what's happening. What is your theory?
Dude, I was super confused. I mean, like, this movie really... I was like, I know it's not, like, what I think it is, but... Which was the whole mom hunt. Because, like, we haven't seen any... At this point, there's no haunting.
Well, I mean, we see like doors opening by themselves. We see the the figure peeking around the corner at the dog,
Right.
the focus on the Virgin Mary, the mother picture.
Right. We just know there's something disturbing happening, and then there's a lot of real tension between the kids. So I was, dude, I'm gonna be honest, I was so lost. Like not lost as in, but like lost it as in trying to understand like what's going on, like what is the creepy part of the movie. Mm-hmm. Right.
Now, you see, this is where the movie makes a turn. This is where it goes from being grounded in reality, it throws in some supernatural elements, right?
Yeah.
Or some seemingly supernatural elements. So, did you gather that, like, okay, maybe they died and now they're in some kind of purgatory?
So I did think that, and I guess that's, I did kind of think that for a minute. I didn't even think about purgatory until like later when they
start talking about it.
Start talking about it. But, not to jump ahead, but yeah, I did think, I was like, maybe they are dead. And like the dad, because I was like, the dad's been gone for a while, which the dad already, I didn't realize the dad was supposed to leave for what, 3 days or something like that. Mm-hmm. So I was like, the dad's been gone for a while. I feel like they're just stuck here. And I was like, what if they did die? Right. So yeah, I did kind of have a couple of those, a little bit of those thoughts.
Like, that was immediately my thought is like, oh shit, they all died and now they're in fucking purgatory. That's crazy as hell. Because, like I said, like we've been saying, they lead you to think it's going to be about the mom haunting them, but then it's like this whole extra thing comes out of fucking left field, bro. Mm-hmm. And I just didn't see it coming at all.
I liked this part of the movie, though. I liked that they threw that in there.
Yeah, because like I said, up until here, it's been a Lifetime movie. Right. It's just the kids, this whole struggle with dealing with the new mom and whatnot. But now this is the first time where it's like, all right, we have no fucking idea what's happening. And so Aiden tries to start the generator. He says it won't turn on. Grace is melting a pot of snow and some fire on a fire in the house to get water, I'm assuming. And Aiden tells Grace he has a weird dream that the gas heater he brought inside started smoking and that they all suffocated. It's a very specific dream, Aiden. And so after he says this is really where, like, I think the movie drives fucking the nail in. Like, oh, they all died and they're in purgatory now. And Grace is looking at, like, a grandfather clock, and the date's been moved to January 9th. And she moves it back to December 22nd. Do you remember the significance of January 9th? Is that, like, the cult day or some shit?
No, I don't remember.
I don't either. So anyways, for some reason the clock keeps getting moved to the 9th. So...
Or was the 9th maybe the day they went there? Or maybe I don't know.
Because it was right before Christmas.
Okay.
Remember, they have gifts and shit.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
So the 22nd makes sense.
All right.
And so Grace takes food to leave outside for Grady. It's like some type of chili or some shit, right? Isn't that what they're all eating? Mm-hmm. And as she goes back inside, she's walking upstairs and she hears Mia talking to somebody in her bedroom. And when she goes inside, Mia does have a phone and Grace snatches it from her, but the phone's dead. And Mia said she was just pretending to talk to her dad. And I wonder if this part was supposed to be like us thinking maybe Mia's talking to her mom low-key.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Like she's talking to like the ghost of her mom or some shit. Because like we said, this is like the part of the movie trying to mislead us. Which they did a really fucking good job of doing.
Yeah. The whole movie, by the way, felt cold. Like the whole movie. Like even before you see snow, before you see them and like when you're inside, like the temperature of the movie is just like I was just like freezing watching it.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with tone and fucking atmosphere, bro.
Yeah, for sure. They did a really good job of that because I was like, dude, I feel like I'm in a fucking blizzard. Like this whole movie. Like, the whole movie, I was like, my brain was thinking that it was cold when I was like had a blanket on me.
It makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, 100% makes you uncomfortable, and
Very
I hate
uncomfortable
the cold.
and fidgety, bro.
Yeah.
And so in the next scene, Grace pours hot water into the restroom sink, and she's having a sponge bath. And the steam from the hot water rises, and on the mirror it reveals the word repent in the sink, or on the mirror sink. And then there's another shot of the dollhouse with the dolls laid out all over the living room, and then a close-up of the Virgin's face. And now it's nighttime, and Grace is like fixated on the cross in the bedroom wall, and she finally takes it down. And Mia busts the door open, and she says that she's heard a noise. So the two of them walk around the lodge at night with a flashlight, and one of the doors opens up by itself. And Grace walks into the room, and she's all like, "Oh, it's just a window's open. The wind must have blew the door open." And as she goes to close it, she looks out the window and she sees that there's about 50 fucking snow angels in the snow. Mm-hmm. Fire.
That was wild.
That was tight because it's like, what does it fucking mean, yo? Mm-hmm. Like, it's creepy. It's a creepy image.
That's where I got the correlation of like the Virgin Mary thing. Mm-hmm. When we were talking about that. That's where I was like, oh, it was maybe something with the angels or something with the cult, right?
Well, because think like... I would assume as I was watching it, I was like, oh, maybe that's supposed to be like the mom fucking with her. She made like fucking 100 snow angels around the house, which would be terrifying, like a terrifying image.
Right, right.
Because that'd be like if you go outside into my yard, bro, and there's like 50 fucking snow angels. It's like who the fuck did that?
Who has that time to go do that?
And so after this, Grace is lying down in her bed at night, and she's kind of eyeballing the gun safe. So she finally takes out the revolver, and now she's walking around the house at night with the flashlight, and she's starting to like hear the voice of her dad saying repent and all that religious shit as she's walking around. And she walks back upstairs and hears like a piano organ, and I'm not sure if it's like real or not. Like if she's hearing it in her head or if that's just like what they put in for the movie.
Right.
And she goes into the kids' room, and she again sees both of them lying down with like shrouds over, their top half of their bodies. She pulls the shroud back, and she sees Aiden looks like he's dead with tape over his mouth, and it says sin on it. And kind of like in a flash, now it's daytime, and Grace is just standing over Aiden's bed in like a trance like state, holding the revolver. And the two kids wake up, and they're trying to like snap her out of it, shaking her. And she like accidentally shoves Mia or some shit, right?
Yeah,
and she makes like her eye bleed.
Yeah, she has like a little. I can't remember if it was up here or down here, but yeah, she's bleeding. Which my thought was like, oh fuck, the dad's gonna come home and be pissed.
Something. And so she goes downstairs again, and she sees that the clock's been changed to January 9th once again. And at this point, she's like, all right, we're getting the fuck out of this house. So she starts packing up. And she's telling the kids, like, all right, we're going to the nearest town. And Aiden's like, yo, we don't even have jackets. We're not going anywhere. So Grace is like, all right, well, I'm going alone then. And then she decides to fucking take a trek across this, like, winter wonderland into pretty much nowhere. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like that's the move.
It's definitely not the move. I was with Aiden on that one. I was like, no, fuck that. I was like, if she's leaving, I would have locked the door. Like, if I had that hatred, I'd be like locking the door. I guess there was no food, but my thought was like, if there was food there, I'd be like, fuck it. I'm in the house. I'm chilling. Got rid of the Wicked Witch of the West.
Dad's only supposed to be gone for like 2 days.
Yeah, screw it. Dad's coming back soon. Fuck it. I'm going to chill here, watch cartoons if I can.
Mm-hmm. And so Grace leaves without a jacket. She just has herself wrapped up in a fucking blanket. And so as she's walking through this, like, she walks through a fucking blizzard. It just happens to snow even more that day. And she stumbles onto a house that looks like a cross shape.
Yeah, it's like a cross shape. But it's really strange. Like, I've never seen anything that looks like that.
Like, it almost looks like a lighthouse.
Mm-hmm. Like a light, because the top part has, like, a little something going on. Like, I don't know if it was windows or a porch or what.
I don't know. It's a weird looking house. Mm-hmm. And you can see the silhouette of a person in a window downstairs, right?
And that was her dad.
It was supposed to be the preacher?
Yeah, the preacher, yeah.
And she tries to be let into the house. It doesn't open.
Right.
Now, if I'm her and I'm in that situation, I feel like it's life or death, and it's justified to break a fucking window to get in that house.
For sure.
You're just wearing a blanket in the middle of a fucking blizzard, yo. In the middle of nowhere.
And even if you do see the dude who was like your cult leader, right? You're still cold. It's like, fuck it, dude. Hey, bro, I know we had our differences, but let me in.
Like, you might be a ghost dog, but ghosts get cold too.
Yeah.
Have a fucking heart.
Yeah, come on.
So, but instead she doesn't. She just kind of goes behind the house and she's leaning on the wall. She pulls out a water bottle. The water bottle's frozen. because, of course. And she keeps on walking and she sees footprints. So she's like, oh shit, I should follow these footprints. And of course, they're her own footprints, and she walked all the way back to the lodge. So that served no purpose.
It was kind of just a random little.
It was kind of just a random scene just to fill some time, I feel. Mm-hmm. Were you the one who said that there was some unnecessary shit in this movie? Or was it him?
No, it was me. And I think that was kind of it. Because it really wasn't misleading us. The only thing is, it was like, was the only misleading or like the confuse, which I guess maybe it wasn't unnecessary because it's kind of also throwing us the confusion of, okay, is she being haunted by the cult? Is she being haunted by the real mom? Is she hallucinating without her pills? You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. You kind of know all three in the beginning. You're like, look, is it something with the cult? Is it the mom? Do the mom and cult connect? Or, we already know by now, like, is she just, like, without her pills, does she just hallucinate and go crazy? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I would argue the point of the scene also, you could say, is you've seen the Blair Witch Project, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that she walks in a circle is kind of a show maybe she's stuck in a loop. Mm-hmm. I mean, of course, we find out she's not actually stuck in a loop. She just doesn't know how to walk in a straight fucking line.
Yeah.
But I mean, that could be another thing that illustrates is like, oh, they're stuck in this place. That's
Right.
why she walked in a circle.
Yeah, and that's kind of how you feel. Like you said, like I said, the tone of this, it's like you really do feel like you're in the Twilight Zone. Like, you feel so stuck in this cabin. You know what I mean? You feel so like there's no. First off, you're in the most awkward, uncomfortable situation. Shit's going south. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's just a really uncomfortable situation. You're just stuck. And that's how this movie makes you feel from the get-go.
So she gets back to the lodge, and as she's going inside, she sees something sticking out of the snow. And at first, I thought she had found their belongings, but it wasn't. She kind of ignores it and goes inside, but Aiden approaches her with whatever she found, and it's a picture frame that says "in loving memory of," and it has a picture of Aiden and Mia in it, right? Mm-hmm. So he's asking her, he's like, yo, are we dead?
At this point, I was really like, dude, they're dead. They're fucking dead. Because I was like, when I thought, I was like, she's just the only one hallucinating, and she's just going crazy. But now that I'm thinking, I'm like, no. They're dead, and they're stuck in some kind of purgatory. And maybe the people in that cult were stuck in the purgatory, and that's why she keeps seeing, like, the dad and shit like that, and the snow angels, right?
Oh, okay, that would make sense. So she's seeing like people from the cult also in purgatory.
Yeah. So that's what I thought. That's what I was thinking.
That makes sense. And did you notice that after she got back, she's like, she's trying to warm up, right? So she's like kind of like grabbing at her knee and like extending her fingers.
Yeah, she was going like that. It was
like
really bothering me.
I couldn't tell if she was scratching herself or trying to like stretch her fingers out, you know?
I couldn't tell either. It felt like she was like hitting her knee, and I was like, God, that seems like that hurts. Like she was like pushing on her knee.
But then again, like, you know, if you were just like in the middle of a blizzard for like a day, then probably.
Yeah, your hands are probably all coiled up.
You're trying to get some fucking blood flowing and shit. Yeah. So I couldn't tell though. But I think that was another one of them things. Like, it's up to your perspective or perception of what you're thinking.
Right.
And so the next shot is of the dollhouse. And now the dollhouse has one of the dolls is like hanging at the top of it. Like it's got a fucking noose around its neck. It's very random, but I mean, it's pretty obvious to see what that means. Mm-hmm. So, the voice of Grace's dad is again heard in the lodge asking for others to repent. Because after this, Grace, she pulls the cross out from wherever she had taken it down and she hangs it back up. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if that's supposed to show that she's kind of like inching back in towards like her religious beliefs, you know?
Right. She's kind of like, because I think at this point, when she saw the unloving memory, it's weird because she still doesn't like, she just shakes it off. Like, even though there's a clear fucking picture of the kids and it says in loving memory, she's still like, oh, I don't know what it means, Aiden. He's like, are we dead? But I think somewhere in the back of her head, she's like, oh, fuck, are we?
So she's got like a really strong foundation that she's like, no, this religious stuff is all bullshit. It's not like how my dad told me growing up.
Right.
But once he pulls out the picture, there's some cracks. When she sees the in loving memory of, I think that foundation starts to kind of shake a little bit.
Right.
And that's why she puts the cross up. She's like, okay, this won't hurt to put up at least, you know? This isn't a big
She's
deal.
Back to her roots.
She's slowly getting there. And so, So Grace is like kind of starting to freak out because she goes outside of the lodge and she like cries on the steps or some shit. And she returns to the inside and she sees Mia and Aiden on their knees like praying in the living room. And they're kneeling over like an obituary paper that has all three of their pictures in it that says they're dead. And Aiden just starts fucking, this dude starts going ham. He's like, we must repent for our sins. You must forgive us, blah, blah, blah. He goes hardcore on like every like synonym you can make for the word say sorry. We must repent. We must atone. We must.
Right. You need to admit it. You need to admit all your wrongdoings. Yeah.
Everything.
He went hard. He's a gangster, man. Aiden's a gangster.
And Grace starts to freak out and tells him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Word for word, shut the fuck up.
Right.
And so the kids like run away from her and Grace sets the obituary on fire. And it's at this point that Mia like calls out for Grace, like, oh no, come over here. So Grace goes and she runs upstairs and she sees Aiden hanging from a fucking noose in the attic.
It was awesome.
And he's stiff as fuck. So she's like staring at him. And then he lifts his head up and he's like, you see, we must repent. With like his hands like extended outwards.
Yeah, and he's like, we can't die. We can't die. We're in purgatory, right?
Mm-hmm. And so Grace is obviously, I'm pretty sure this is like, no, actually, this still isn't the thing that broke her. Because she's fucked up by this and she runs to the portrait of the Virgin that's downstairs and starts praying to it. And as she's, praying to this fucking portrait, this camera goes upstairs and we see a speaker sitting on like a windowsill in the attic. And also, you probably didn't notice this, but the harness is on the floor in front of it.
I noticed. Yeah, I noticed. Yeah. Well, actually, my buddy, I was like, when I saw the speaker, I was like, oh, this is when you're like, I know what's happening here.
So this is kind of where the movie finally lets you know, like, oh, okay, these kids are fucking with her.
They're just
the speaker's
fucking with
like, the speaker's projecting the preacher's voice.
Yeah, so you know that he got it from his dad's files or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but yeah, he's like, oh no, look at the. I was like, wait, well, what about the kid hanging? And then my buddy goes, oh no, the harness. And I was like, oh, okay, the harness.
So the next shot is Grace outside, really far from the fucking lodge, crawling on her knees in a circle in the snow. So I take it back. She's fucking lost it at this point. Mm-hmm. This is where she's broken because now she's going hardcore fucking fanatic type shit.
And Aiden's just like, God damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
So listen, so we figured it out. The twist has happened. We know what's happening now.
Right.
So the kids were fucking with her. None of this shit was real.
No.
They were just trying to. Here's the thing, though. Were they trying to drive her to kill herself?
I don't know. I don't know.
What was
if
their end game?
I feel like he didn't know his end game, but I feel like maybe it was more of, all right, this bitch needs to go. Like, she just needs to get out of here. So I don't know if he wanted her to die, but the thing is, though, Aiden is kind of a little psycho in this. You know what I mean? He's like, repent, you know what I mean? And then him like writing when, looking at her, getting, or taking a shower, then writing mom on it or whatever. Like, he does some psycho shit. So maybe he wanted her to kill herself, but what I really got was more of, okay, he just wanted her to leave and get away. Like, I think his thought was like, she was gonna be like, your fucking kids are crazy. I gotta get away from you guys or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I don't know, because he did hang himself, like pretend to hang himself. So maybe he was trying to get her to pretend to
try to kill herself.
See what would happen.
And I don't know. I just thought, to me, this part was fucking hilarious. Like this whole rest of the film, right?
Yeah.
Because these kids, they thought they wanted to try to, they tried to scare Grace pretty much, right? They were fucking with her head. And they were like, we're going to do all this crazy stuff, to try to
take away her pills, everything.
We're going to try to push her over the edge.
Right.
And then when they push her over the fucking edge, bro, it turns out Grace is a bigger savage than fucking half the world put together. Because they fucking unleashed the goddamn beast. And Grace's beast is fucking incredible.
They didn't know what they were playing with fire. It was definitely a backfire.
They were poking at a fucking bear, and when the bear woke up, the bear did bear shit.
Yeah.
You know?
They were like, fuck. Because Aiden, here's the thing is, like, it's really, in my opinion, I think it's really Aiden and Grace are really the people at it. Like, I think the little girl and then the dad, they obviously, they have to be there and they add a lot to the story, you know what I mean? But it's really like the two gangsters, man. Aiden is trying to be like, nah, I'm going to pull this fucking crazy shit. We're going to get her out of here. And then when we got Grace, who was like, okay, I was being nice. You know what? You thought you were cool. You thought you were bad. I'm going to show you what bad really is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The I don't know. I don't even know what the protagonist and antagonist is, but like, well, I guess you'd argue who would it be? Would it be Aiden or would it be Grace? Right? You know what I mean? And it kind of it's almost like the lines are blurred.
Yeah, and that's something we'll talk about at the end because I was thinking about that also.
Right.
So anyway, Grace was crawling around the knees in the snow in the circle, like literally a little fucking fire pit circle, just dragging her knees in the snow, praying. And the kids are watching her do this, and I think at this point they've got to be thinking like, "What the fuck?" Because it's a crazy fucking image. Because she's like a football field fucking away from the house. And so after this, Mia sees Grace like walking towards the house, and she sees her holding something, and she runs away crying.
Right.
Because Grace found her fucking dog Grady, frozen to death. So she's like cradling this dead dog on the porch, not saying anything, completely zombie mode. And Mia comes outside like, hey, I'm sorry. I accidentally opened the door and it got out.
And this is where Mia's like, kind of almost like, I'm out. Like,
she breaks character.
Yeah, she's like, I'm sorry. Like, I really didn't hate you as much as my brother did. Like,
she's like, you need to come inside because it's too cold out here. And I think that another thing that this represents is like Grace talked about Grady being like her representation of.
I was thinking the same thing.
Being past all this shit. So now that it's dead, bro, I mean.
The past is awoken. It's come back.
That link is there again.
Yeah. That whole thing was put behind her. Now it's gone. So it's like, okay, so there's nothing to hold back her past, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, side note, dude, that little girl, I think, is like the best like actress in this, like the best actor in this.
She was right behind good. Grace, bro, because Grace did some fire acting too.
She did. But that little girl, like, God, like her, I'm so sorry, it's cold. Please come back, it is cold. I was like, God,
she definitely does a good like representation of being like broken.
Right. Yeah. For a little kid to be, I mean, I just thought it was amazing. I was like, wow.
Definitely fire acting. I'm sure she's in another shit we gotta look at.
100%.
So Mia's begging Grace to come back into the house, and Grace doesn't. And the camera like pans over. Do you notice Mia had fucking? I thought she had fish, bro, but they were sea monkeys.
Is that what that was?
That's what somebody says at one point in the movie. They're fucking sea monkeys.
I didn't know that.
Because remember when they're talking about, I think the conversation about the dogs.
I don't even know what a sea monkey is.
I don't either. But remember when they're talking about the dogs, Grace is like, because she's fucking with her sea monkeys like in the window. She's like, if you take care of your sea monkeys, maybe he'll get you a dog.
Oh, yeah. Those are the things that were like squiggling up. Okay.
I don't know what the fuck they are either.
I don't know either.
But yeah, so those are dead.
I do remember that part though.
So Mia and Aiden like talk upstairs while Grace is sitting outside, and they say, all right, we got to stop now, I guess. They don't seem like they're too like concerned. Like, they think, like, oh, it's still a game. So they go down in the basement. There's, like, a secret crawl space where they stashed away all of, like, their belongings. And it reveals that's where they hid all the stuff. And they get Grace's pills, and the kids go outside wearing their jackets now, and they put Grace's jacket around her. And they admit that, they were just fucking with her. But Grace is like, she's not hearing none of it. And all Grace says is, we're all sinners on earth. May the Lord forgive us so we can be welcome into the kingdom of heaven. And then she starts reciting the Our Father prayer. And the kids kind of just ignore this. And Aiden tries to go and turn on the generator, but he can't get it to turn on because it's been off for too long, I'm assuming. And he asks for Mia's phone. And she says that it's dead because she was talking with her dad too much. So she was talking to her dad at that one part of the movie.
Okay. I didn't catch that, but okay.
And the next shot is Grace still outside. And I was just kind of doing some math based on like how the sun goes up and down. This bitch was sitting on that front porch for 2 days with no jacket.
Really?
Yeah, because the sun goes down overnight one night into the next day now, and she's still out there.
She has some strong European blood.
Something, bro. Some fucking Viking blood.
Yeah, some Viking blood, dude. No kidding. Fuck that.
And the kids are talking inside again, looking at her, and Mia's like, maybe we should give her another sleeping pill. So, bam, right there's another admission that Aiden did spike her fucking hot chocolate that first night.
Right.
And they hear a noise downstairs. And when they both go downstairs, this is one of my favorite scenes when Grace is standing over like the fireplace, and she has like a hot log on the floor, and she's fucking kneeling onto the log.
I thought it was her dog for a minute.
No, I'm pretty.
Yeah,
I don't
it
think
wasn't.
I don't think she set the dog on fire and kneeled on it, bro.
I thought it. Well, I thought like in the thing was her dog for a minute. I was like, is she burning her fucking dog? But then you find out it wasn't. That's what I thought.
And so she's like repenting and saying prayers as she's doing this shit. And the kids at this point are terrified. And they run into the fucking attic and they're like hiding under a blanket. And I feel no sympathy at this point.
For the kids?
None.
No, I understand. I understand that. It was kind of almost, I was laughing. I really was laughing because I was like, oh, you guys fucked up. Like, you guys fucked up. You guys wanted her to get back to her crazy self because they kind of knew she was crazy, right? Or they had a gist of it. So they were like, well, and maybe that was their end game and maybe this goes with, maybe they wanted to show her, the dad, that she was fucking nuts and only they could see it. Or she used to
That's
be
what
nuts.
I'm assuming is that.
Right.
That's what I thought too, is like, okay, maybe worst case scenario is they want her to kill herself.
Right.
Best case scenario is they just wanted to reveal like how crazy she was to the dad.
Right. Because like I said, repent. Let me know how fucking crazy you are. And the kids get what they want in reality. Best case scenario. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But they did find out they didn't want what they wanted to get.
Right. So the next scene is the dad. He goes back to his house, not the lodge, back to his house where he lives. And he, for some reason, I don't know how.
This part I thought was unnecessary.
Because he like goes to look at the dollhouse and he sees like one of the dolls hanging from a noose, all that shit. And it's like, why would you look at that?
Yeah, and it almost seemed like, I guess, was that their plan and that they planned it, or they used that as their plan, or as just symbolism? This is what I was talking about. I didn't understand why the dad, for one, went all the way back to the house.
Right. Well, I mean, we understand why they put it in, because that's supposed to give the dad some urgency to go home.
Right. But he was supposed to go to, like, a work thing, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know if that was close to the house. I'm guessing it was, but I just felt like this whole scene was unnecessary. And also, for some weird reason, the tone of this scene, I thought like maybe he had some weird thing to do with it. I don't know why. I thought this. Maybe I was way off. Obviously, I was, but for some weird reason, when they showed this scene, it misdirected me to think that, like, because he was real, like, I don't know, the way he was acting during it, he was real, like, he had some determination for something.
You would think. I didn't get that. Like I said, I think it was just purely to put him, like, on notice that something is off.
Right.
So, because he leaves, remember, and he's like, he's on the phone, and he's like, guys, I'm going to be there in a couple hours or something. And, so he heads back home. And after this part, that's when Mia wakes up before Aiden. And she's like, "Oh, I gotta take a leak." And Aiden's like, "Nah, fuck that. Piss in the corner, yo. Don't go downstairs."
Yeah, she's going crazy.
But so Mia does it. She goes downstairs. She gets to take her leak. I thought we were gonna see her. There's gonna be a scene of her pissing herself. Like it would have fit for the way this movie was going.
Right. Yeah.
But she doesn't. She makes it to the toilet and she pisses. And when she's coming out, that's when she's like tippy toeing fucking back to the attic. But Grace like pops out of the shadows behind her, like stalking her.
Right.
It's a creepy fucking scene because Grace looks fucking unhinged as fuck. And doesn't she just like call out her name or something? And Mia screams and runs upstairs.
Something like that.
And they both run. She runs to Aiden and they're in the corner of the attic. And you see Grace like walk up the stairs and turn around. And she has the fucking revolver still, right? Mm-hmm. And doesn't she have Mia's doll? Because Mia dropped her doll.
Yeah.
And Grace tells the kids, like, don't you guys understand? You have to repent. You must suffer.
Right.
And she sets fucking Mia's doll on fire.
Yeah, see, and at this point, I was like, okay, now is she fucking with them? You know what I mean?
No, I think that's like a legitimate part of her belief.
Yeah, right. Well, and that's what we come to terms with, right? But like at first, that's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe that was my thought at this point, was like, maybe she's trying to fuck with them. And I thought she's like, okay, those kids were trying to be gangster, I'm gonna be gangster. You know what I mean? But no, that's obviously not what happened. But for
I
some
think
reason, that's
she
what I
really
thought.
bought in, like, 'cause remember the kids are like pretending to pray and be
Right.
all like religious and shit.
Right.
And I think she really bought in, like, oh, okay, they know what's up.
Right, which is so weird because like that means that Aiden, like we said, Aiden got what he wanted, but that means Aiden really he really struck that nerve. He really got her back to her senses. You know what I mean?
Bro, he did some hardcore fucking method acting, and he got into the mind of what a religious fanatic would be like.
Right, and he really like went back and yeah, like you said, like just struck back to where she was and put her back in her element, her true element, right? Mm-hmm. And it's almost like everything went perfectly planned for him, which was so odd to me. Because that's why I really thought, I was like, dude, there's no way that this 14-year-old boy was gonna manipulate this woman, and make her go back to her roots of being nuts. You know what I mean?
It was definitely some like next level shit.
Yeah, 100%. I was like, dude, there's no way.
He was on some Jared Leto method acting type shit.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
But no, so like Grace sets Mia's doll on fire, and I think they snatch it from her and put it out. And she starts to pick up the fucking revolver, and she's like about to point it at the kids, and they're telling her like, no, stop. But as that happens, the dad pulls up to the lodge, and as he goes into the house, he sees that Grace put Grady in his fucking dog bed, but I mean, he's obviously frozen and dead. Mm-hmm. So he sees that, and he's like, oh, shit. And he runs upstairs, and he sees Grace coming down from the attic with the kids behind her. So everybody's okay. And doesn't at this point, she's kind of, the dad's kind of like slowly walking up to her, telling her to calm down. Mm-hmm. And she's telling him, like, no, it's not how this works. We're all dead. Watch. Puts the revolver to her head, pulls the trigger, nothing.
Mm-hmm. Wait, doesn't she say like we gotta repent for like we did something wrong?
Her first words are, God is punishing us.
Yeah, God is punishing us. So what did that mean? Like, in this where I was debating with my friend, was she talking about, do you think like she felt bad for like them messing around and the mom killing herself?
Yes.
Is that what she's referring to?
I think that's what, because remember the divorce wasn't finalized yet, so she's fucking with the married dude at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was telling my friend. My friend's like, oh, I can't connect at all. And so I was like, how? I was like, this is exactly what she's referencing. At least that's what I thought. Okay.
And so she thought that was their sin. Mm-hmm. And so now she draws the gun towards, the dad. And he he grabs onto her hand, and he's all like, look, does this feel real? Does this pop? Fucking shoots him right in his fucking dome.
Boom.
So he falls down the stairs, kids run up to him, kind of touch his body for a second, you know, upset, obviously. And then they quickly dip the fuck out. And Grace is kind of calling his name, right? I can't remember his name, but she says his name a couple times, like, you can get up now. Like, if she can't believe that, like, he actually died.
All right.
But once again, she's pretty still, like, stoic. She doesn't have a whole lot of emotions. And also, at this point, did it not feel like there was many of a chances for this dude to tackle this bitch and take that gun?
The dad?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
whenever she would put the gun to her own head.
Yeah, 100%.
Before she puts the gun towards him.
He could have totally just grabbed it and yeah, 100%. Maybe he was like a little scared that, what's it called? But hold on another note, if she thought she was going to be in purgatory, or she thought she was still in purgatory, then why would she have killed herself in purgatory to repent for her sins? That wouldn't make any sense. Maybe I'm just thinking too much.
Well, because
into it.
because Aiden showed her that in her mind, they can't die.
Yeah, so why would she even kill the dad in general?
Well, because she has to inflict pain. That's the only way to get out is to just suffer.
The doll thing. Okay.
You have to suffer to show the Lord, like, okay, I've suffered. Now I can go to heaven.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Now I get it. Now I'm connecting.
That's all assumptions. I don't know for sure, but that's what I would think.
Well, no, that makes sense because she burned the doll and was like, this is the only way basically we'll get into heaven, right? Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
And so now the kids run outside, and they don't show this, but you hear like a car door open, you hear an engine start, you hear tires skidding in the snow. Mm-hmm. And this whole time, Grace is kind of like just staring at the dad's body, and then you hear like a crash, like a poof. And then Grace walks outside, and the camera's kind of like following behind Grace's back, and we see her like go towards the car, which is crashed into some snow. And the kids apparently tried to jack the dad's car, but they got it stuck in some deep snow. And isn't the scene like her just standing at the hood of the car with the kids screaming in the car, like fucking gassing it, trying to get the truck out?
Right.
But it doesn't work. They end up back inside at the dinner table with their dad's body like fucking propped up.
I forgot about this part.
And you see the hole in the back of the dad's head where she dome pieced him. And there's like 2 bowls of something. I don't really know what it was. It's a bowl in front of each kid.
A soupy type deal.
And Grace gets up from her chair because she's still sitting with her back to like the Virgin picture or in front of it. I can't remember the angles. And she gets up and she goes around and she has the tape on her mouth with the word sin, right? Mm-hmm. And she starts putting the tape on the kids' mouth. And she has the gun in her hand still. And that's kind of like that's the last shot of the movie is the image of the 2 kids in front of the 2 plates of food. And they all got the sin tape over their mouth. And it's presumed they die.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe she shot him or whatever.
Or she poisoned the fucking soup.
Right.
So those were the 2 things that I got from that. And that's how the movie ends. So I liked it, bro.
I liked it a lot.
Like
I
that.
like these movies.
That twist went fucking hard at the end, bro.
For sure. For sure. A lot of elements to it, man. A lot of fucking curveballs thrown at you. But still able to process it, you know?
And like you were saying, though, I don't think there was any heroes in this movie, bro. There was no protagonist in this film.
No. Everyone had a douchiness to them. Maybe the little girl was the only cool one. Was the only one, like, she kind of just got dragged through it, I feel like. But she was very important to it as well, you know?
I think that the cool thing about that is that's realistic. In real life, there is no, like, one perfect person. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has positive qualities.
Right.
So that was very different in this movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and it's like, back to, like, when I was talking earlier about the dad, like, I kind of was like, man, I feel like he's kind of like being a dick, but at the same time, like you said, he's like, okay, I'm trying to make things go well. It seems like he has good intentions, but he's not like you said, no one's a perfect person, so he keeps screwing it up, right? Mm-hmm. And it's really not in his control, right? And Grace, she can't help how she was raised or whatever, so she's crazy because of her background, and then the kids. You probably hate the kids. You hate the
Well,
kids.
no, I mean the kids are obviously fucked up because their mom,
right?
hurt
Their mom
themselves,
died.
so
Yeah, for sure. So
everybody has a reason for what they do.
right.
And Grace has a reason to be nutty. The kids have a reason to be assholes. The dad, he's just disconnected.
Very
So
disconnected.
it's just a perfect storm for why what happens ends up happening.
Right.
But in terms of like actually being a horror movie, there's not a whole lot of like horror scenes in this.
No. I realized that when we were talking. It seems when you watch it though, you're like, this is freaky because it's freaky because it's fucking up your mind the whole time, right?
It's very atmosphere heavy. You need the actual visualization and the sound of everything to really take it all in.
Right. But yeah, as a horror, it's really it's very much like Hereditary, but it's more like I think it was kind of more like that. What's that other movie that same person directed?
Midsummer.
Midsommar, yeah. Similar.
Well, even those though, but those have a payoff where like, cause those do like a switch. Like it's a lot of build up and a lot of looking for shit, but they also have those like hardcore fucking graphic moments.
right, yeah, it's very true. Yeah,
Whereas this one, not so much.
yeah. There's no graphic moments. There's just things that
There's shock.
there's shock. Yeah, they like the mom killing herself, the boy hanging.
The fucking dog dead. The scene where Grace kneels on the logs.
Yeah.
But like it's,
Even the angels were a little bit of a shock too, because you're like, whoa, wait, okay, what the fuck's going on?
so like I said, so this is definitely a slower burning movie, but nonetheless, I think it's still well done.
Yeah.
All right, so like I think a lot of complaints that I read about this and like the reviews and stuff was that like we were saying, who do you root for? There's no central protagonist, and a lot of people registered also like by the time that the flip at the end happens and Grace starts fucking with the kids, it's really hard to feel bad for the kids because they get kind of painted in this like really asshole way throughout the movie in the middle. Or was that just me? Because me, bro, like, I was anti-kids. Like, the second they snatched her hat, that scene in particular is when I was, like, in my head, I'm like, oh, I hate you.
I don't know. I never, it's weird. I never felt bad for the kids, but I never felt bad for Grace at the same time. And maybe that's just the situation. I haven't had that.
That was something we
situation.
talked about, like,
Yeah.
during that part.
Right.
Your whole thing being,
Having a shitty step parent versus, being a step parent, right?
right, different perspectives.
Right. So I don't know. So did you feel bad for Grace?
I did.
Really?
Yeah, I did. Because, like I said, from my perspective, right, it's like, what did she do wrong?
Right.
She never really did anything wrong, bro. All the way up until, when she goes into psycho, like, religion mode, she's still like, well, I mean, they kind of drove her to this part.
Right.
Like, it's not like she actually got to this point on her own.
She is trying to do everything she can to keep it together, right? She has her pills, she has her dog, she's trying to cope.
And
But
they slowly chipped away at, like, all them things that were holding her reality together.
right. And I wonder if it's like in clearly she had that guilt the whole time of, man, I'm kind of the reason why their mom's dead. And they know that, and I know that, right? And that's like the real big tension through the whole movie. Is it's almost like, how do you, even if it's not her fault or not, it's still that, like, she's still technically the reason.
She's a factor in it.
Right. Right.
But no, so if you were to rate the movie, what do you give it? 1 to 6.
1 to 6. I want to say 4 or 5. I'd probably give it a 5. Maybe I'd give it a 5. I'll give it a 5. I was going to give it a 4, but
I would go 4 because I like the story, but in terms of actually like what I'm into, I like to be visually see something. Didn't give us a lot visually.
I'm okay. I'm gonna pull back then. I'm gonna pull back and give it a 4 because I'm into stuff like this, but it was a good. But like when I watch it, I say it's a good movie, not a great movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? When I see a movie, it's like, that was a great movie. That was an awesome movie. It wasn't. It was a really, really, really good movie. It was awesome, but it wasn't like fantastic.
It was definitely slow.
Yeah.
Like I was like, don't get me wrong. Like you said, I like this. I like the flow of it. I appreciated the flow of it. It kept me entertained, but I could see why some people wouldn't fuck with this.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, 100%. If you don't have the attention span for it, it's not going to happen. But there is an art to that, right? And I think they did do a really good job. Like I think it could pull people in who can't have that attention span. I definitely think this is a movie that could do that. Some are better than others, and another thing is though, this is a very rare film to do. You know, they don't make these a lot. That's why I really appreciate them, because I could just watch a goofy horror movie, like when I say goofy, like a something that just comes out almost every year, like typical,
like a slasher,
a
zombie movie
with a lot of comic relief and a lot of, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So that was The Lodge, man. So I want to thank Alex for being here. Luke, you want to go ahead and plug all your stuff?
Thank you. So the Lucas Shirley Show, still just on YouTube. New clip came out about Tyreek Hill. It's a good story, so don't worry if you're a big Chiefs fans. Check it out. It's a great story. It's awesome. Please like, share, comment. Give me feedback. Tell me how you like it.
I feel like we're doing this a lot, man. You know what I'm saying?
Doing what?
Like this podcast.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing it so much. I love it.
I know.
It's awesome.
Like specifically this one. Like this is like your third time being on in like a week and a half or some shit.
I don't mind it. I love being here. It's awesome.
No, I know. It's fun, man, but it feels crazy because I'm like, I feel like we just did this.
Yeah. As
soon as I was like, go ahead.
Yeah, 100%.
But no, yeah. So also check out the YouTube page, Death Taco Podcast. We have reaction videos up, other podcasts, Facebook, Instagram. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. This is Death Taco Podcast.